Yes, Angela, it does feel like a century since we've been doing this.
No.
This is our 100th episode.
What? Are you serious?
Yeah. Angela just said this. She's like, doesn't it feel like we've been doing this for like a century?
No.
What'd you say?
No, that's not what I said.
What'd you say?
I said, doesn't it feel like it's been a century since we did this?
Oh.
That like the weekend was extremely...
like 100 years?
That the weekend was extremely long. But that's so funny that it has literally been a century of of episodes. 100 episodes.
We've done 100 lives. Just at YouTube,
They're not
obviously.
episodes. Yeah, they're lives. Or
Yeah,
whatever.
but we did 100 lives here on YouTube.
I don't know what they're called.
So that means we've been doing YouTube for 5 months now.
No way.
Yeah. I got to post more videos.
Wait, how's your math there?
See, Tanner's got it right because Tanner's going, I thought we were closing in on 200, but he's thinking about TikTok because TikTok, we did 150 hours. So 150 hours on TikTok, or no, we did 300 hours. I'm sorry. So 150 hours is definitely more than 100 lives there also. But that was where we were like just cutting our teeth. Now we're like all pros.
20 weeks.
Yeah.
That's 5 months? No way.
5 months on YouTube.
What the heck?
I got to get my shit together. We should already be at, 2 million subscribers and have Benicio del Toro on here consoling me for all my pain. You should be coming to do an interview to console me, to hold me close, to make me feel like tomorrow is still possible.
Somebody shared a video of Benicio del Toro speaking Spanish like he does when he's talking. Whoops, I forgot to turn my volume off.
Angela.
I know.
I'm going to have to explode.
I know. Me and Ryan Reynolds were so similar, right?
Are you out to destroy us?
Yeah, I don't turn my phone off on the set. Somebody shared a video of Benicio del Toro speaking Spanish like he does to reporters, and then speaking Spanish like he does with like other Puerto Ricans.
Yeah, really?
It was amazing.
It was just completely. I got to see that.
Yeah. Let me see if I can find it. I'll show it to you. I don't know if I can do it by now.
Erica's saying it doesn't. Wow, it just doesn't seem like it's been that long. And this is what's weird about life, man. Because it doesn't. I honestly, it doesn't at all. I mean, it does because I have so many files and I don't have any cuts. I put out one video. I have all these videos that I haven't put out. Oh my God. So I get overwhelmed by the actual like content that I have yet to do any meaningful work on or have any impact on, or we'd actually be growing this channel. But that'll come. Speaking of growing this channel, one battle after another, it won the weekend. It won the weekend with just a little over $22 million.
Is that a lot?
Well, people don't think it is, but they're wrong. So it did.
People don't think it is?
Yeah. So like,
I don't know what's a lot.
It needs to make, like the movie needs to make about $300 million in the box office. And it did 48 world, like all, with all the receipts in around the world. It did 22 here domestically, 48 worldwide opening weekend. And the reviews, like the word of mouth is holding up to the reviews. So when the word of mouth is holding up to the reviews, this is going to be a long run for this movie.
And they're going to make a ton of money?
They're going to make a load of money.
That's great.
Yeah, it'll be $500 million. It'll be $500 million. It's not going to be like, it's not Marvel money, right? Marvel does $100 million in a weekend. It's not Marvel, it's not Superbowl
Yeah, it's
money.
True. Like nobody's going to take their kids to see it, but people take their kids to see Marvel movies.
Of course.
Yeah.
So it's but at $22 million, I mean, it's going to be a big deal, and it kind of does intimidate me. I'm not going to lie.
Why is it intimidating?
Because I just feel like, they're like shit, like they're shutting down comments and whatever else. And I don't know. I mean,
the studios though, man,
it's not like I didn't want it to happen, but I did. I wanted it to be successful. That I've said that on this live, but whatever. Congratulations to Leonardo DiCaprio and Sean Penn and Benicio del Toro, and congratulations to Paul Thomas Anderson and all the folks at Warner Brothers, and everybody's all happy, man. They're dancing around the fire. They're in really good shape. This is a great. It's not only a great beginning. It's really as good as it can get. They won the box office worldwide, and I mean the comments. Everyone's like, I fucking loved it. Blah blah blah. I love it. Blah blah blah. People are like, it holds up to the book, and Vineland. So I do want to I do
People are
want to
saying
watch.
that?
Yeah.
I thought it wasn't. It was very, very far from the adaptation.
I don't know,
Like
I
that
have,
it's
I have no idea.
barely based
I
on
haven't read a fucking word of it, but
me neither.
you know, and maybe I will. You know, it's Delicate, by the way, is happy for Bad Bunny and the Super Bowl. So am I. I want to talk about it. I'll talk a little bit more about it later, but I am so happy for Bad Bunny, and I'm also, you know, I got to say, man. Well, I guess we're talking about it. I think that the NFL, it's just a really interesting choice for the NFL to make because they know that Bad Bunny is critical. They did it with Kendrick Lamar and just like his whole controversial stance.
And it was massive.
And it was really big. And I think they're just doubling down because they know Bad Bunny is a controversy waiting to happen. It didn't take long after the announcement for the controversy to begin. You know, the fucking comments pouring in about this guy being an American traitor and all this nonsense. So, and of course, he's outspoken against ICE, canceled his North American tour because he did not want to, like, you know, fucking just give this, you know, ICE easy pickings, you know, stand outside the concert with their wagons and just throw people in the wagon before they even get to see the concert.
The paddy wagon?
I guess that's what they called it.
That's a really cute name for something so horrific.
Was it because they were like, isn't that because they would load up with patties, like drunken patties?
I'm looking this up. Paddy wagon. Origin. Police officers of Irish descent.
Yeah.
Were called paddies.
Yeah.
So what?
Fucking
so
patty.
it's just basically like the cop wagon.
Yeah, fucking patty. Yeah.
It's a derogatory slang term for an Irishman. I didn't know that. Did you?
Who?
So Irish police officers.
It was rather predictable that a patty would be an Irish. Yeah.
I didn't know it was a derogatory
I didn't know it was
term.
cops, though. I thought they were like...
That makes it extra funny that It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia called it Patty's Pub. I didn't know it was a derogatory term. Of course they would fucking do that. Okay, so Bad Bunny, why are you happy for him? You're happy for him because he got the gig?
Well, I think it's great that he got the gig, but it's not so much that I'm happy for Bad Bunny is that I just find the whole thing very interesting. You know, that the NFL is kind of like sticking their neck out in this way because, you know, the NFL is like, you know, I mean, look, it appeals to everybody. I love the stuff, and people on the far right love it, and people on the far left love it.
NFL, football.
Yeah. NFL is like, it's, you know, we all kind of grew up on it in our own way. So, it's a highly ubiquitous sport, and so that it's taking this kind of stance is in some ways alienating a certain, you know, personnel, and that's interesting because they are so big in the person and also in the whole, like, you know, marriage that they have with the U.S. Army and the armed forces.
Yeah, which is,
you know, flyovers and everything's about the soldiers, and, you know, so, which, look, I mean, it is what it is, but
don't you think that they typically do a lot of like rage baiting? Like
NFL.
Yeah, well, it's just like engagement no matter what. But they do a lot of that, like on their uniforms, they'll, like, you know, do the virtue signaling of, like, you know,
Well,
the causes that are like printed on the cleats and stuff.
I don't know. I don't know.
So it's like it doesn't seem like it's much of a departure from what they've been, what they typically do, if they're siding more with like leftist politics. I don't know. Fucking.
I don't think it's siding with leftists. I think it's not about that. I think it's literally about like engaging the conversation, which is interesting to me. I do think that, I don't know. I think, you know, the NFL has an international facing corporation.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, it now is like never before. Like every week there's a game internationally now. It used to be that there would be one game a week in London at Wimbledon.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that's the way it was for years and years and years and years. Now they're fucking playing all over the world. They're playing all over Europe. And
I didn't know they did Wimbledon.
I think it was Wimbledon.
That's weird.
Isn't that just the stadium, right?
I guess.
Yeah.
I actually don't know now that you mention it.
Well, whatever. You know, the fucking big venue there, whatever the one
I don't
is.
know anything about sports, I'm realizing.
As you know, I'm not from there. I'm from here, wherever here is.
I don't know, man. I just feel like I'm glad that Bad Bunny's making that paycheck, you know? But
Yeah, it's an
to
interesting
me,
thing.
I was just about to say,
I'm so sorry.
no, it's okay. I just feel like it's a little weird to like, I don't know, man. You want to protest something, but then you're going to like participate in like the biggest like rah rah America event.
Well, that's
you know?
not how I think he'll view this. I think Bad Bunny's going to use this as a stage to get a message across, like most of them do.
No, I know. But here's
I mean,
the thing:
it's the world's largest audience.
I know,
I
and I
think.
remember when Beyonce did her whole Formation themed Super Bowl show. You know, was that the
Yeah.
Super Bowl that she did it? It must have been, right?
I believe so.
Huge stadium with like whole formation and stuff. It was like very clearly like a Black Lives Matter type setup.
You all right? You're gonna tickle you?
And it doesn't really amount to much in the end.
Well,
it's kind of just like
you're being critical of something that hasn't happened yet. Bad Bunny is going to come out and do Bad Bunny stuff. For him, first of all, he had to cancel his American tour. So the idea that he's like cash grabbing is like maybe he's just trying to break even. He had to cancel his North American tour because
I didn't say he was cash grabbing.
Well,
I was just talking about the clarity of somebody's like message. You know?
Well, in the idea, like the idea that there's any kind of hypocrisy where he's like being one thing and then another, I think that it's a great stage to get something across. I think he's an interesting talent. I think he brings this great international flair to things. I really like the move. I think the NFL is an organization I'm highly skeptical of, just period overall, in terms of just their conduct, not only here but around the world. And I commend their halftime shows of late. Because they used to be just about lighting Michael Jackson's hair on fire, and now it's like
that's what it was all about.
Or
back in the good old days.
Nipplegate or whatever, you know.
I know.
And now there seems to be at least it's nice to have some kind of feeling like art and we're getting this more and more, and this is going to be, I think, ever more important as we progress further into the apocalypse. That entertainers are more and more outspoken,
Yes, I know, because it's very, very easy to sort of like exploit the culture war when it's just all it does is a giant distraction from what our real problems are. So yes, I do think we're going to see a lot more of that for sure, because it's super easy to like monetize the conflict, exploit the culture war bullshit, instead of actually meaningfully addressing anything in a way that would make a difference. This is always what we've done.
Yeah.
It's like the grand delusion of the United States. One of my favorite criticisms about this, just before we move on.
Yeah.
Somebody was like, well, when are we going to get, somebody, I guess like fucking MAGA side or whatever, right wing, whatever. They were like, when are we going to get a halftime show for us, Whatever that isn't like woke or whatever the fucking language they use. Right?
Yeah.
And somebody was like, what? Like, you think Kid Rock can fucking perform the halftime show? You think what? Ted Nugent? Like, who do you have on your side? Like, our side has all the artists.
Kid Rock.
Our side has all of the good performers.
Yeah.
Like, who do you have,
You guys have fucking...
Who's your fighter, You ain't got nobody.
They got some country ass band, right? Which, look, I love country, I got a whole collection of records. Grew up on this stuff. So... Speaking of country, by the way, Nicole Kidman and Keith Urban
what?
Yeah, separated.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's sad.
They're feeling all irreconcilable these days.
Yeah, I wonder why. What happened?
Well, I guess, time goes. We don't know this. We don't know this yet. I hope we never do. But I guess, so for some people, they're like, you used to be beautiful to me, but now you're just another...
I'm so sad for all the Australians.
Dame.
That was like their royal family.
It kind of was, wasn't it? Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's probably some like
big celebrity, big deal there.
Text your sister. She's in Australia. Be like,
are you doing okay?
Everybody all right over there?
With the Kidman urban news?
Yeah. There's heartbreak in the town of
Adelaide.
Adelaide. Exactly. Let me just pull up my little reference. I want to get my chat up because I haven't seen the chat yet. But for a glance.
I can't believe it's 100.
100.
Babe, how are we going to celebrate?
I don't know. I think we are right now. This is it. You know what I said in the comments? I said something like, we're not really doing anything to celebrate because the Beatles are still unavailable or something.
What?
It's pretty weak sauce, but I just went for it.
That they're unavailable, not like
Aren't available.
not like mostly deceased.
Like mostly deceased. They are mostly deceased. Well, they're half deceased.
Literally unavailable. You're not wrong.
Quite literally unavailable. Sorry, can't make it today. Anyway, we talked about
Delicatessen was like Wembley?
Wembley.
Because you said Wimbledon.
Did I say Wembley?
You said Wimbledon.
Wimbledon. What's Wembley? Did I say Wembley?
No, you said Wimbledon.
Are you sure? I feel like I could have said Wembley.
I know that you didn't. I know that you said
sure of it?
Wimbledon.
Okay.
Roll back the tape.
Yeah. Go back. Check. I can do that. I can really fucking. All right, guys. See you, Tanner. We'll see you Thursday, man. He's on his 15-minute break, and he spends it with us, which is pretty fucking amazing.
Amazing.
So I'm glad to see him. It really does brighten my day. I ain't kidding. Yeah, Bad Bunny, man. I think it's a good play. I think it's a good move. I'm excited for it. I'm all about it. Let's go. Two very enthusiastic thumbs up from me.
Yeah, me too.
Did anybody see this movie this weekend?
Huh?
Did anyone see
One Battle After Another?
One Battle After Another?
I did not.
Well, I know that.
Not me.
I know you didn't. All right, speaking of movie scene, we got to get to our tiny pineapples.
Okay,
It's
we
Monday.
saw old movies all weekend.
We saw old movies. Yeah, we did.
No new movies.
No new movies. We are gonna take on a new movie because, we're gonna actually watch this perhaps tonight.
I think that'd be nice. Yeah.
Superman.
Yep.
It did 13 million views in its first 10 days of release. It's the most since Barbie, and people fucking rave about this movie. So I'm excited to see it because the very first Superman I am extremely nostalgic for. I have daddy issues around it, so I may shed a tear. I do.
I hope so.
It's a big thing. It's a whole thing. Superman's a big thing for me.
What do you mean, daddy issues about Superman?
Yeah, just because I saw Superman with my dad.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant like.
And I have daddy issues.
I was like,
and every time I've seen Superman or even heard the music of Superman,
really,
it connects me to my daddy issues.
I can't even imagine the music of Superman. I keep thinking of just like Star Wars music. No, what I'm thinking of is Indiana Jones music. What's Superman music?
Oh, you'll hear it.
It's the same?
Yeah, you'll hear it.
Okay. They didn't do a remix?
I'm not going to do it. It's a bunch of trumpets, It's good.
So, but Superman's dad is an alien, right?
Yes. They all are.
And so is Superman's dad in the story?
This one.
I don't know. Any of them.
Yes.
So
played by Marlon Brando in the Christopher.
He played by, Marlon Brando. I thought that he was Lex Luthor.
Christopher Reeve said no, that was Gene Hackman. Wait, no. Yeah, that was Gene Hackman.
Okay.
And he was fucking brilliant.
Were they both bald?
No.
Okay. Sorry. I haven't seen it.
You got to see it, dude. The very first Superman.
I mean, I don't care about Superman.
Oh, you do.
I don't.
Yeah, you do.
Do you think I care about?
No, you don't know.
That I have.
I believe you don't care.
Okay.
Superman. It's the most. Well, you'll see. The thing is that first of all, Christopher Reeve is just fucking brilliant, and it's like the first real superhero movie that had blockbuster success. So it's.
I mean, I know about
historic.
Superman.
No, in terms of its history, it's got like some really cool history there. I
haven't been in a cave.
Fucking Marlon Brando and Gene Hackman, and I mean the cast is outrageous. Margot Kidder, really great shit. Oh my god. Okay.
Where'd you find this lady?
Tiny Pineapples. We watched. Well, so somebody said, as it related to online, Angela was dancing around the internet, and somebody said of One Battle After Another that it was basically a remake of Sugarland, which was Steven Spielberg's very first theatrical feature.
Sugarland Express.
Sugarland Express.
And I had never heard of it. I couldn't believe that there was a Spielberg movie that I'd never heard of. He's like the hugest guy ever. I had to watch it, so I put it on like immediately. And what'd you think about it?
So we watched Sugarland Express. It's with Goldie Hawn.
Yes.
Very obviously extremely young. This is 1974.
1974.
79.
No,
not 79 because that's Jaws. 74. I think it's 1974.
The Sugarland Express, 1974.
Yeah, there you go. 1974. And it's Goldie Hawn. And who else?
and William Atherton.
Yeah, William Atherton.
Who was delightful because I don't know if you guys know this guy. Will you go to the folder? Mm-hmm. There's a William Atherton appreciation folder inside of our Too Real folder. And there's a guy who put up his he made like a little compilation of the characters that he played in the first 2 Die Hards and Ghostbusters and one of my very favorite 80s movies, Real Genius. And the guy all throughout the 80s was typecast as like the snooty jerk. If there was a script and they needed like a snooty jerk, like maybe a professor who was a snooty jerk or like some sort of like bureaucratic, like, bore who was a snooty jerk. Did you pull it up?
I'm looking for it now.
They would cast William Atherton. And so he's like that guy where like you see him in the movie and you're like, oh, here comes the jerk. This guy's going to be a total pain in the ass. And then the protagonist is going to like say something cool to him and he'll be like, oh, like that's his whole role. But before I didn't realize that he played other characters. So in this movie and in Sugarland Express and I think another movie, which I can't remember right now. He was
Ghostbusters?
No, this one. Let me see. Sorry. I want to remember because it's iconic. But I can't remember the name of it, obviously. He was in The Day of the Locust.
Oh shit, I love that movie.
Yeah, so he's like this he's just like
You've seen that, right?
No.
Oh my god.
He's just like this really sincere everyman in both of these movies, and it's wonderful. And there is none of this like jerk, typecast actor in there at all. So it was just really nice seeing him play against type, but I guess, this was how he was before he got typecast. Do you see it?
Yeah, I've got the Ghostbusters thing queued.
No, I was just going to show like the picture.
Oh, I did all that for nothing.
I don't know if you guys remember this guy, but he's in all these really great movies as being like the jerk. He's really great at it too. You could play that Ghostbuster clip. I don't have my monitor on here, so
no,
I can
it's
tell
cool.
what you're doing.
It's cool.
So that was wonderful because it's they're leading the movie and they're excellent at it. And I thought the guys that played the cops in the movies were really great. But it was
so that's Atherton. I just put him up there. So
the Sugarland Express is a really, really great movie, and it's just one of these like cool 1980s chase movies. That's Will Atherton. Anyway, he just played like the sweetest, like, I don't know. What do you think about his character?
Will Atherton in this movie? I loved him. I thought he was great. I thought the movie was really fun. It's interesting because it came out just after Badlands.
Yeah, so it's similar.
And it's very similar. It's kind of a Bonnie and Clyde kind of feel for it.
Do you think that would make kind of a good double feature, don't you think?
Bonnie and Clyde and
Badlands.
You could do like a weekend of just like
all
like,
the types.
Yeah, go up to because you got California.
Yeah.
You got
right, exactly.
I mean Juliette Lewis did it twice because you got her in Natural Born Killers.
Yeah.
And obviously Badlands.
I like this genre.
And it's Bonnie and Clyde. I mean, have you seen Bonnie and Clyde?
Yes.
That's Robert Redford, right?
Also, it was kind of amazing that Sugarland Express was Steven Spielberg's first theatrical release. And I was like, man, this thing's like a chase movie. But I didn't realize that before this film, he had made something called Duel. And this is what... So Duel is a guy driving on a highway who's pursued and terrorized by a malevolent driver of a massive tractor trailer. And I was like, oh, okay. So Steven Spielberg was like the road movie chase movie.
In his early career. Yeah.
Where all he does is like crash old cars. It's like in the whole movie. The whole movie, there's so many car crashes.
Yeah, there's a lot of car crashes. And
it's just amazing that he turned into this, like, the filmmaker we know him as today.
So I will give I'll give that movie, Sugarland Express, I give it like a 3.5. I think it's like the worst Steven Spielberg movie I've seen. It's still a Steven Spielberg movie I would see. Like, I absolutely recommend seeing it. I thought it was totally wild to see some of the early angles that he really likes.
Yes. That was super, super neat. Like his camera was evident already that early, 1974.
So check it out. Like, I'm just going to throw this out there because like I saw a clip of DiCaprio in my R Entertainment feed. It said DiCaprio names his favorite Spielberg, Nolan, and Kubrick film. And his favorite Spielberg is Jaws. His favorite Nolan, The Dark Knight. And then his favorite Kubrick was 2001: A Space Odyssey.
What do you think about that list?
I differ. I differed on two of the three.
But those are really great, right?
Yeah. I mean, you're not going to go fucking wrong. You're choosing from three of the greatest filmmakers of all time.
It's kind of a softball question for sure.
It's a super softball question. It was like, oh yeah, let's tap this one home. But mine would be probably, I would go with, for Spielberg, I'm going to go with E.T.
And specifically, it's like not what you think is the best movie, but your favorite.
My favorite, the Spielberg movie that like gave me everything. It gave me the laughs. It gave me the cries. It made me angry. It was like everything all at once. Was E.T. E.T. to me is the most perfect movie, like popcorn movie ever made. Like I think it's the most perfect popcorn movie ever made. It's like
E.T.
There was literally no demographic out of its reach.
Yeah, it was
every
for
single
everybody.
human being could watch and love that movie and relate to it in every possible way. It might be the best monster movie ever made, and but as far as Steven Spielberg, like I just think it was perfect storytelling and everything. The tent scene.
Oh yeah! Oh my God, I know
the tent scene.
We were like, why am I crying over this weird puppet?
Not just crying, but the whole idea of them fucking everything up.
Yes.
Like screwing everything up and screwing it up so badly that he's going to fucking die, that they're both going to die. I mean, come on.
Yeah. Okay. So Sugarland Express didn't have like that kind of big story, like that kind of universal story. But I did really like about how throughout the whole movie, the premise is that these outlaws, they break out of jail to go and rescue their baby who's been put into foster care. And so they want to go get their baby back.
Goldie Hawn was on the outside. First of all, it's based on a true story, by the way.
Yes.
And one of the differences from the true story and the old story is that they were actually out of prison. They weren't. There was no breakout. That was fictionalized for.
Okay, but it's really great.
They break out of prison. She breaks them out of prison. I got so many things to say about this.
Okay, but let me finish what I was saying.
Go ahead.
What I really liked about Sugarland Express was that it's about these outlaws who are trying to go save their kid from foster care. And obviously all we see is the outlaws' experience of being chased by the police. So they're like, there's bad guys and then there's good guys, which are supposed to be the cops, right? And then they even have this, like the police, the guy who's in charge of all the police is being really, empathetic, He's like letting them get away with stuff because he wants to make sure that nobody gets hurt. Okay. But what's really great is that like around the midpoint, it's like revealed that that all the locals, like all the regular people who are just watching this go down are rooting for them, are rooting for the outlaws. So I just thought that was really Spielberg. That was super Spielberg to do.
Yeah. And it's something that you see
where he doesn't just like
Mickey and Mallory, right?
Yeah, like exactly. Like he doesn't just like completely adhere to a type. He kind of just turns it on his head. And then that's what makes it a little bit more intriguing than anybody else that would be making that film. Maybe. I don't know.
It's a good movie. I recommend that people see it. Goldie Hawn is really terrific in it. I think she's amazing, actually. She played the role really to perfection.
Everybody was flawless.
I love the limitations, like seeing Steven Spielberg with a lot of limitations was really quite a treat in and of itself. To be like, when you think Steven Spielberg, you think there is no limit to what he'll do, what he can do, to what resources he may have. He has the world at his fingertips to make any movie he wants, but he did not in 1974. In 1974, he probably had about $650,000 or $1.5 million.
What was his car crash budget, though? Because it didn't
Lots.
seem like they spared no expense.
Fucking A, dude. They went through the cars. They went through the cars in this movie.
It was super, super fun.
3.5. I'm only giving it 3.5 because it showed its age a bit, but, well, anyway, it is basically...
Why? No, explain.
It showed its age a bit. And
what are the demerits for Spielberg?
I felt like the movie probably either needed to be shorter or there just needed to be some work on the script. Like I felt the script was a little on the weak side, even if at times it was quite terrific.
It was a little repetitive.
But there was times where it was just getting a little too repetitive. It's a slow chase movie. The whole story behind them was that it was a slow chase, which was, which is in itself interesting. But I liked it. It has a lot of like really cool glimpses at future Spielberg.
Yeah, I know. It's so great.
Pretty neat.
So I was so confused. It's not his first movie, but his first theatrical release.
First theatrical release.
So that was the first one that we were like,
doing
okay, we're really banking
TV
on you.
Movies and stuff, I think.
Yeah.
Prior to that.
I gave it 4 tiny pineapples.
Oh, that's good. That's a fair score.
I thought it was delightful. I was entertained the whole time. And I also just really loved his camera, the whole time. I was like, there he is. That's our Spielberg. It was great. It's obviously can't be compared to any of the other stuff. Like, obviously Jaws is incredible, and Raiders of the Lost Ark is like, come on, nobody else could have made that movie as good.
Alex and Hanada and kindly DiCaprio. I told you Delicate. Shannon is here, by the way. Just in case, just some people, just in case you didn't see them yet. Bobo's here. Guilty Angel isn't here today. I feel your absence, Guilty Angel. Hopefully, future Guilty Angel will either be here or be listening at a later date. Good to see you guys. Always good to see you guys.
Delicate said, I think since Taylor entered the chat with the NFL, right? Since they're hitched or, engaged.
That's not
the NFL is starting to cater to their new viewers, which is not conservative white Christian nationalists.
I don't know if that's it. I don't think that they would. I don't think that's it. I don't think that's it at all. I actually think that it's the NFL seeing. I think the NFL has a very big international front face, and I think they have to protect that at all costs. I think they're trying to show solidarity through sport. They rely on that as an expansion of their sport. The only thing that the NFL has left is the rest of the world.
You're totally right. Like, they are never going to do anything for altruistic reasons. They are only going to do what makes sense for their marketing. They're only going to do what makes sense for their business.
I mean, you might be right about Delegate. You might be right about like the idea that since Taylor's entered the picture, they got to see the debate as it kind of like relates to football and how their sport kind of can cross over into that. So I'm not saying you're entirely wrong about it, but their numbers are so big that I don't think that Taylor Swift really moved the needle in that regard. I think she moved the needle in Kansas City. That's obvious. Travis Kelce jerseys, they sold forever. And, and those numbers are probably up all over on Kansas City games. But the NFL is made up of 33 teams, all of them, very, very large markets. And they also have been building that international presence literally for decades. I've watched them do it. Like I said, back in the day, it was like an empty Wembley stadium.
Oh,
I did say Wembley.
Shannon O said, Dale, I heard you say Wembley, # Team Wembley.
See, I did. I just said it again. What is fucking Wembley? Is that even a thing?
It's a stadium.
No, is it? Wembley Stadium. And what am I talking? I feel like what is Wembley? There it is, Wembley. Oh, with an E. Yeah, it's a stadium. All right, I'm not crazy. It's a stadium, Wembley. What did I say, Wimbledon? What?
I don't even know anymore. I don't even know what's real anymore.
Junk Farm's here. Good to see you, Junk Farm. Always good to see you. So yeah, I mean, it's I just like what they're doing with it as far as the NFL, and I think they're just playing it smart for their brand. Yeah. All they care about, and I've heard this before. I've had the distinction of meeting and spending some time with some NFL players, and man, the one thing that they always talk about, all these players individually, is how vigorously the NFL protects the shield. Yeah. That NFL's shield. Yeah. It's like you can't even look at it the wrong way without them having something to say about it. So that's what I think they're doing. I think they're making sure that they're not going to be, because they have this big support of the of the American military, which is the world's in a very scary spot. And I think they're just trying to show as much solidarity as possible for their brand.
Delicate said, did you know that the birth of YouTube was Nipplegate?
No, I did not know that. Is that true? I wonder if I watched it on YouTube.
Delicate knows a lot of stuff.
She does. She does. She's here to teach.
I don't know about how any of this started. I just know that suddenly it did, and everything's been different ever since.
What? Which specifically? Nipplegate?
No, YouTube.
Oh.
Kindly DiCaprio said, for you, Dale.
Yes?
Excuse me. Mm-hmm. I'm glad you seem happy because Leo always seems so sad these days. And I think if he recentered himself, he could be more happy.
You know, I mean, look, you know, I think that I don't know if he has sadness. I gave him his sadness back.
You gave him his
I gave him his fucking sadness back.
Oh my God.
That's what happened. You know why he's sad lately? Because I gave that shit back to him.
For years, you're
it's
like,
literally in the book.
I am Leonardo DiCaprio's sadness. That's why whenever a movie comes out and he's doing all of this promo and everybody's fawning about how amazing he is and how he deserves these awards, like, it sucks for Dale. That's what he always used to say. And now this time, you don't feel so vulnerable. You gave him his sadness back.
I gave it straight back to that man. Wembley, you see, the thing about Wembley is that because that word sounds so fucking ridiculous coming out of your mouth,
yeah.
I was certain that I was having some kind of like pre-dementia or some kind of like strokey type thing. I even felt like maybe a sensation, you know, in the arch of my lip. Yeah. It was totally phantom. There's a phantom sensation. But I thought it was like maybe...
Because you said Wembley?
Wembley, yeah. Wembley just started to break everything. Because, you know, for a moment, I was like, did I make something up? Is there a Wembley? Is it something else?
Later tonight, I'm going to be woken up. You're going to be like muttering beside me, going, Wembley, Wembley, Wimbledon, Wembley. Like having a nightmare.
You're right, I am.
Kindly DiCaprio wants to know, was Juliette Lewis nice?
Yep, she was. I mean, you know, I didn't get to know her. I couldn't call her a friend or a former friend. I just got to meet her a few times, and yeah, she was never unkind to me. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Alex has a question.
Alex
has a recommendation.
Oh, thank you.
Okay. Yeah. Here you go. I truly believe that cinema heals all wounds. Oh. And if you and Leonardo DiCaprio sat down and watched 10 movies straight together and were only allowed to talk about the movies, you'd come out closer than you are now.
Yeah. Well, it would be the old days because we did that shit a lot. You know, we'd go see movies and talk about them. It's kind of what we did. We saw everything. I mean, I don't even know how many movies I saw.
After 10 movies, you'd be like, you know what? I can't remember why I was mad at you, Dale. He probably
Until
can't.
We totally disagree.
Yeah.
They'd be like, you know what? You're a fucking piece of shit Canadian fucking tree-hugging slime bag.
Yeah. There's a lot to disagree on.
By the way,
I don't think you guys would make good friends these days.
So we got, no. He's building a resort in Israel. I have nothing to say about it.
So many disagreements.
I have nothing to say about that. Honestly, that I'm not his friend and like that we are not friends so that I'm not faced with literally looking me in the face and going, how the fuck can you do that? How can you do that? You've lost all fucking faculty, bro. You're detached. You're detached. What are you, fucking Jared Kushner all of a sudden? What are you? What are you, dude? Seriously, though.
For real.
Are you fucking, what are you? You don't have enough? There's not enough in this life for you, Leonardo DiCaprio? Now you got to go fucking build beach resorts up the street from a fucking genocide? Like, get the fuck out of here, bro. What are you doing? Oh, I hate it. I hate it so much. Anyway, it is what it is. One of the most disappointing things I saw today was the official poster for John Candy, I Like Me. And I'm so fucking glad that I know I'm going to love that movie because it has that smiling face on it and in it, all through it. And it's about, you know, one of my great idols of all time. And I know I'm going to love it. The fucking poster is fucking AI.
Is it though? Because
yeah, it is. There's no way that's a painting.
People are saying that it might be, but it could also, I mean, AI steals the work of illustrators.
Well,
so
then
it
they
could
better
just
auction
be
the original next to a Banksy so they can prove it. No, it looks like AI to me.
It looks like bad graphic design to me.
With AI.
Yes, I know, but
Okay.
but like that's
The
thing about AI is that it steals a bunch of graphic design, and then the reason why it looks bad is because actual artists, are really good at figuring out what's bad, and so they make things nicer looking than AI does.
That's gotta be.
But AI just kind of mashes it all together and spits it out at you, and you're like, why are there so many fonts?
It's got to be like.
Why is the depth perception all fucked up and wrong? You know.
It's got to be. it's got to be Ryan Reynolds'
Oh yeah, right.
company that did this.
Yeah,
And
well,
I'm going to show these guys.
It looks like shit.
Yeah, it does. I'm going to show them right now. Does that not look like trash to you?
I don't know why they couldn't just use a regular picture.
First of all,
why couldn't they design a poster like a regular movie does?
I don't love the font matching at all.
Yeah, why are they?
And somebody said something about like one of the frame corners. They were like, it's AI, and they pointed out that one of these corners are not like the other. You guys remember that song?
Yes.
Look at that. I don't like that.
It doesn't look good. Why didn't they just use a real picture of him instead of this illustrated weirdness?
I don't like that.
Yeah, me neither.
Take it back.
Were they trying to make it look like his Sears portrait studio? Or
Exactly.
something?
Like, what the fuck is that?
I don't even
like,
know what
I mean,
the
I'm so
concept
like
is.
I see his face, I smile. That's what happens. It's never ever been different.
But that's the thing. You see his face like it was in all these movies in the 80s, right?
Yeah.
That's not what that poster looks like.
Not at all.
So why would they not try to use what everybody is attached to, which is how he looked in actual video and photos? You know? It's very fucking weird.
It really is.
Kindly DiCaprio wants to know, how do you make a car crash scene? I wouldn't even know how to make such a thing.
Yeah, well, that you definitely want to hire some professionals like immediately.
Oh, there was one turn in the chase scene, like near the beginning of Spielberg, and you and I both were like, he didn't get it. So he cuts away. Like the chasing car has all the action, but the lead car doesn't. And I was like, they screwed up. They couldn't use the edit.
No, that's another reason why it gets a 3.5. You know, it's like this, and Spielberg was almost, I think, probably a bit notorious for this at this point, but like he just misses some shots. Like either they got overexposed or they didn't make it, you know, through telecine. But
yeah,
there's just like shots missing. You're like, hey, what did just fucking happen, bro? You missed a shot.
That's a bummer.
There's supposed to be a shot there. So
yeah.
Anyway, I mean, that's fucking movies are tough.
That's Showtime, baby.
A quick little bad thing if you're the type who prays, say a prayer for Dolly Parton. She canceled her Vegas residency for health issues, and she's going into the hospital for procedures.
Are you serious?
She's very optimistic. She's like, my journey is not done, so that's none of this. That's not what this is. She's like, I'm going to make this out okay.
Oh my God,
but I have to. She's like, I'm not in a condition. I won't be in any condition post procedure to be able to fulfill these dates that she had for September due to these health issues. So she is getting these health issues fixed. But Dolly Parton is in the news for being unwell. And so obviously it's like nerve wracking because all the idols, bro, I just can't lose them all, but I'm going to. And it's really frustrating and horrible.
How amazing is it that she recognizes that she is so beloved that she has to put out a statement saying, don't get scared, okay, guys?
She was very clear about it. She was like, no, this is not me knocking on heaven's
I know
door.
you're super upset right now, but I'm okay. She's such a sweetheart, dude.
I love her.
I'm glad that she knows she's so beloved.
Yeah, I hope she makes it through these very easily. She's a strong-ass woman, obviously. Like, I mean, look what a life. They'll make movies about her hundreds of years from now. Walton Goggins, he reacted to Pete Davidson predicting that fans will turn on him next. I don't know what Pete Davidson is doing, or if it was just one thing and they're just bringing out all these excerpts.
Oh, no, I think that Pete Davidson is the context of the interview was probably, I didn't see it, but it was probably like, you know, you get super famous and then people turn on you and that's just like how it goes. Like, and he probably was just throwing around somebody who's really beloved right now. Like Pedro Pascal fucking got it just a few months ago. And everybody's like, why the hell are we turning on Pedro? He hasn't done anything. And it's just people get overexposed and then they get like, you know, they turn into mean girls. It's fucking weird.
Goggins' response was as good as you might expect. He said, apparently, I'm going to enjoy the fuck out of it.
Of course.
I mean, why not, right? Like, what the fuck?
Well, especially him, too. He's like, I'll lean into being a villain, no problem. You mean I'll get villain roles? I love villain roles.
Pretty fucking amazing.
Because none of it means he's going to stop working.
What's so strange about DiCaprio's One Battle After Another is that there's a divide, by the way. I just got pulled back in because I got my little sheet up. And remembering that, like, there's a divide. So there are a lot of people talking about the box office. In New York and LA, it's a hard ticket to get. In Idaho, it's fucking crickets. Like people are going into the theater and there's like 11, 12 people there. In Oklahoma and like in red states.
Okay.
So he's like got this, there's this divide, and it's just very interesting because obviously the movie is kind of sweeping on the one hand, but on the other hand, going through the comments and people were like, dude, I loved it. There was like, I thought, like people were like, I showed up early to get my seat, and it was like, not a problem. So their obvious prediction was that it was going to tank. So it's just amazing. The big cities are the pull. I mean, they always are, but
yeah.
In particular, they're gonna.
Well,
it's
I
gonna be
remember
fucking interesting to watch this one blow up.
when they were discussing the marketing and why it was so strange,
Yeah.
and like how it seemed like they weren't really marketing this as much as they could. People were saying that generally the public is no longer enamored by movie stars. They want that you can't just sell a movie on a movie star. And
Leonardo DiCaprio is.
And then like
Shucklemuckle.
some people are amazing. I mean, some directors are amazing enough, but nobody really knows who Paul Thomas Anderson is, which is so strange because we definitely do, you know?
It's his biggest open in his career.
Yeah.
Substantially so. So that's huge. Yeah. We'll see what happens. I'm sorry I went back to it.
I don't know how you get you fill movie theaters in Middle America unless you're giving them like a movie about football.
It's gonna be overwhelmed with this movie because this movie's just not gonna go away. It's gonna sit in the theaters all the way through spring.
Because that's the kind of budget they put behind it.
And it's also because it's got strong numbers now. It's the word of mouth is as strong as the review chain on it, the Metascore, and it's already everyone's, sort of front runner for Best Picture. Among other things, people say DiCaprio's fucking fabulous in it. Sean Penn's out of this world. Benicio's out of this world. So it's just apparently like just one great performance after another. And
I see what you did there.
And so I suspect we're going to see like a long, sustained run. And maybe they'll shut down some of these red states where it's just dead on arrival. So they'll lose those screens, but I would expect this movie to stick around for a long time, months and months and months, making news, drumming up conversation. One of the things that's interesting about the marketing, though, I will say, is I think the idea was don't give them anything. You have to give them something, but don't give them anything. Because everyone was, well, here's why I'm saying
people
this.
are like, I don't even know what this movie's about.
Well, here's why I'm saying this, because what a lot of the comments are about the people who love the movie, they were like, go in knowing nothing.
Yeah.
Just go in knowing nothing. And it's very interesting if their marketing idea was, let's get them knowing nothing, because maybe they knew through their test screenings, and they do, that knowing nothing going in, that they got tremendous scores versus, say, people who got to see trailers or things prior to seeing it, which they may or may not test. So pretty fucking interesting regardless, and just something I'm going to keep my eye on, because I don't know how to put out shit. My book is fucking... Do you remember Kieran Culkin's Oscar speech?
Yes.
Do you remember he said, I get a baby?
Yeah.
He's going to have a baby. She paid her debt.
Oh, God.
Her baby debt.
I know.
I think it's kind of romantic. I mean, it doesn't have to be, everything doesn't have to be, I think it's romantic. I think he wanted to be a dad. I don't know. Why isn't that endearing?
I find it a little bit unpleasant when people talk about their very personal lives. Also, the topic is so fraught in these weirdo fucking times where like the worst people are making the worst decisions for everybody. I just don't feel like it was wise to I don't know. Like, he should have expected the controversy.
I thought it was kind. I thought it was like cute.
He should have expected the controversy.
Guy wants to make a family, and
yeah, that's fine. I mean, everybody's listening to what you're saying. We heard you say it.
I mean, if people they made a deal. It's like what they
made a deal.
Yeah, but it's not. It's a tongue in cheek deal. It's not a fucking.
Listen.
God, you people are so cynical.
Yeah, and that's okay. Listen, he's fucking cynical. He's fucking cynical. Have you ever heard him in interviews?
Yeah, but
he does not give a fuck what we think about what he said.
That's fine.
Nobody cares.
Jesus, man, I thought it was cute as fuck, and I feel all like I shouldn't have brought it up.
I just don't think that people. I don't know, man. It's like
I had no idea this was going to be remotely touchy. It's interesting.
Oh, it's not touchy. I just feel like my wife owes me
He didn't say
A pregnancy?
They made a fucking. It's a cute little pact they made. Like, it's
Okay,
just like,
that's great. I'm
but
saying it's great.
I understand
for
why
them.
that's a big deal
It's
to
super
you.
fucking weird thing to say, but if it's good for you guys,
Not for
that's fine.
them. I understand why that's a.
I'm not telling them they should change their relationship.
Well, but you're.
So I don't know why you're
somehow
making
find
it a
their
big deal.
relationship so strange. It's not that. It's not so strange.
It's heavy with alternative meanings, right?
No, for you.
In the context
Not for
of
them.
everything?
For them, they're just sitting at the fucking. They just played a family game of Yahtzee and they want to have another baby.
I know. And so he's telling the whole world about it. In these times, he should have expected a fucking controversy.
Do you ever play Yahtzee?
No, I've never played
You've
Yahtzee.
never played Yahtzee.
I don't like board games.
It's more like it's almost like a card game. It's a dice
It's almost
game.
like all of the social awkwardness that everybody always deals with in any social interaction gets like turned up to fucking 11 when you're all made to sit together and then play a game.
Dude, I
A
should
competition
fucking,
game. I'm like, get me out of here.
I wrote a short film called Aggravation, which is based on the game
Such a
Aggravation.
great- yeah.
And it was before I'd ever seen anything like this. Maybe Buffalo 66. Maybe I saw this in Buffalo 66. But it was all fantasy, like murdering the person you're playing. Short.
Murdering the person you're playing? Is that what the game is? You murder each other? Dale,
What?
did you go someplace?
Winnipeg. I'm back.
Okay, thanks. I'm glad you're back.
It's cold. Cooling down.
You murder the person you're playing with?
No, in the short film.
You just threw that out there
it's
like I wasn't going to ask
No,
a
I told you,
follow-up.
like, I cut to these, like, sort of violent, like,
Oh, because they're so aggravated by
you're
the game.
playing, and you're playing like you're playing your family. You play your fucking wife and your children.
That's entertaining.
And then you, in your mind, you're literally killing them.
Yeah.
Because they because you get killed in the game of aggravation. You get killed. Because it's a marble game. My dad used to make aggravation boards. It was aggravating, I'm not going to lie. And he would make all these fucking aggravation boards and we would have to sit down and play. And basically you have like a set of marbles of each color. Each person has a color of marbles. I think it's 5 marbles. And you have to get them all the way around the board to your home. And as you're going around the board, all the other marbles are there. And if they get the right number count, they can knock your marble out. And then you got to send you back to one. You don't get $200, all
Which
that
is
shit.
aggravating.
So aggravating. So aggravating. Oh my fucking, when you're just about to go home. You're about to go. And yeah, everything has to be exact. Like you have to use the exact number to get in. So you have to plan your entry into you can't just like roll in. You got to like plan it with the way you're rolling. You got to calculate.
Uh-huh.
So sometimes you like make a move and you just like fucking hope like hell nobody can make a move to you. And they do. Oh my God, it's so aggravating, dude. I'm already good. Oh my God. So you might like it. It's really fun.
We should film it.
It's a good idea. It's a really good one. Maybe I'll make a YouTube short. I'm gonna tell you, we'll build this community up, and then maybe we'll shoot some things.
Okay, listen, I'm curious.
Yeah,
about this movie list that you brought up.
Yeah.
You said Leo's favorite Spielberg was Jaws.
Jaws.
His favorite Nolan was The Dark Knight.
Yeah, we agree on that one.
And then he said his favorite Kubrick was 2001: A Space Odyssey.
Yeah, what's your favorite Kubrick?
Well, I wanted to ask you. I brought it up to ask you.
What my favorite was?
Your favorite Spielberg is Jaws? No,
Is
E.T.
E.T..
Obviously, yes. Okay, E.T. And then your favorite Nolan is also The Dark Knight?
The Dark Knight.
Okay. And then
I thought Memento had problems. I thought the execution was incredible, but I felt like it was a flawed piece of writing in a lot of ways. And that sounds like, almost like blasphemous to some people out there, especially like 90s diehard indies. But for me, and I'd have to go back into it. I just remember at the time, like I poked some pretty major holes. I was like, walk right through that one, baby. Like I remember like I could drive trucks through some of the holes in that movie.
And your favorite Kubrick?
I think it's Dr. Strangelove.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good choice.
It's either that or like it really is a coin toss between that and The Shining. I loved 2001: A Space Odyssey. It's just too heavy though, bro. It's just so fucking heavy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Fucking baby and shit. Like it's just too heavy.
Yeah.
Whereas the other two, for me, it was just like a straight up like a ride. Like, I mean,
Yeah, because we're not saying the best, right? Because like in terms of like cinematic achievement,
that's what I like the most.
I think a lot of people would say 2001: A Space Odyssey is probably
Yeah,
the
it changed
best.
cinema. Yeah. So,
but your personal favorite,
impactfully
your
speaking-
personal favorite Kubrick
Yeah.
was
Dr. Strangelove.
Dr.
And part of
Strangelove.
the reason why I love it is because it was using satire to show the utter ridiculousness of, the global sort of war mind.
Yeah, so smart.
Yeah, I loved it. I've seen it so many times. Every time it was at the New Bev and I could go, I went. I just love that movie. I just think it's so brilliant. George C. Scott's out of this world. Did you hear about it? Like, apparently, like, he would do all these, like, super, like, over-the-top takes.
No. He would do a bunch of serious takes, and he would do different takes.
Yeah.
And then he would give, like, one weird one.
Like, totally wackadoo one.
And then Kubrick kept using the weird one.
Yeah.
He just was like, I like that character best. And George C. Scott was like, but that's not the character. Why are you using the one?
Oh, we saw more than just Sugarland.
Yes.
What else did we see?
We started.
Don't do the DNF. What else did we see?
You don't want to even talk about the DNF?
I don't want to do the DNF, no. I like DNFs, I want to leave alone. Okay. If we can. You know, because especially if they come from recommendations from our crowd. I don't want to DNF things and then be like, oh, I didn't like it so much, I didn't watch it.
Well, you can talk about what you DNF'd because you didn't want to continue watching it.
I don't want to even give a movie a D. I don't want to talk about people's DNFs because you know what I mean? Like, I don't want people to not finish my movies. So DNFs don't get mentioned.
Okay.
For me.
I do also feel like it's kind of a failure to like say that a movie was bad if you didn't finish it. Like that's my failure.
Nothing drives me more crazy than people who opine on my fucking movie and didn't watch it. So I'm not going to do that.
Good.
That's just not my place.
No, I agree.
There was a movie I didn't finish this week and I didn't finish it because it did not grab me. But it's a movie that people are very moved by, and I could see why. I kind of scrolled through it to be like, oh, what are the turning points? And I can see that it was going in a direction that would be really fun. Mm-hmm. But it just like it had lost me for so long that I just wanted to like try another movie.
We also saw All That Jazz.
Now I got lots to say.
The Bob Fosse movie.
Bob Fosse is the legendary, now deceased,
fictionalized his own death.
Choreographer and Broadway choreographer for cabaret, mostly, if not entirely. Very jazzy guy. And then also a filmmaker, Bob Fosse.
Yeah.
And he did this movie we talked about it, All That Jazz. So we were watching this movie, we DNF'd it, and we were like, and then All That Jazz was right there in front of us. And we were like, oh, fuck, we'll just click on that.
I hadn't seen it before.
So we clicked on that. I talked about this before because it came out in 1979. My mother dragged my brother and I to the theater because it was the Bob Fosse film. It had cabaret dancing and singing. My mom was like, oh, that's just going to be fabulous. Grabs us by the hands, drags us to the theater, on the bus, off the bus, into the theater. And then, 10 minutes in, this guy is sucking on this girl's boobies and he shoots one off in his pants. And then he goes out and does a number unbeknownst to him and he's exposed and it's this big embarrassing thing. And little did I fucking know that I saw this movie when I was 9 years old. Check this out. 9 years old. 9 years later, I'm 18 years old. I'm about to make my stand-up comedy debut at Yuck Yucks. Unbeknownst to me is a writer from the Winnipeg Free Press, our biggest newspaper in that city, because they're covering the return of a comedian who also was or had just launched a nationwide sitcom. I don't remember what the sitcom was or even really that comedian for that matter, but it was my debut. I was going up and doing 5 to 6 minutes, which I had meticulously prepared. And
was it your debut as a comedian, as a stand-up comedian? My very first time
ever standing up and doing comedy. And I was at,
How old were you?
I was 18, 1988. 1988, Yuck Yucks in Winnipeg, man. 9 years after seeing All That Jazz and seeing that scene where that guy's wet spot in his pants and the laughing. And this is where the mind is a goddamn beautiful thing, bro. And this is what I'm talking about as far as storing things for later in art. No, this is really exciting for me because I was at the comedy club and I had probably 10, 15, 20 friends. My mom and dad, probably the only time my mom and dad has ever come out to support me. My mom and dad came out to watch me do my comedic debut. And I'm sitting out with my mom and dad. We're watching some of the early comedians before I go out and slide to the back. And my mom says, what are you going to do? And I'm like, I don't know. I'm so fucking nervous, Mom. I just don't fucking know. And she was like, she giggled at me, but I was so scared. I mean, oh my God, was I nervous.
No, I can imagine.
It's just the sickest. I was sick to every part of my body was just dying. So I'm in the back room and I decide, fuck it. I'm so nervous. I'm just going to like play to the nerves. And I poured a wet spot on my crotch.
Yeah.
And I came out with my hands over my crotch. My armpits were already ridiculously soaked. So I just decided to go with the wet. You know, I was like, I'm fucking wet. I gotta make a joke out of this. I'm a comedian all of a sudden. So I pour, a little water there. I go out there and I just stand there and I'm just breathing in the mic. Well, first of all,
breathing in the mic. That's so funny.
So the guy says to me, what do you want me to say? And I say, well, you just got to tell him that's my first show.
The guy who's going to intro you?
Yeah, the MC. He was like, what do you want me to say? I'm like, you got to tell him it's my first show and you got to tell him I'm scared, man. Like, I'm really fucking scared. Just tell him I'm fucking scared. Okay. So he goes up there and he says, man, we got this new comedian. This is his first night. You don't know the nerves it takes to get up here, the nerve it takes. So please, this is probably not his night. I'm just telling you now, the comic says. It's probably not his night. But you just don't know what it takes to get up here. So we're just give him a warm welcome. Get him up here. Let's go. And blah, 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 like clapping. And I come from
shuffle up.
I shuffle up there, but I got my hand covering my newly, made damp spot. And I get up to the mic and I just breathe into the mic. I'm not doing anything. I'm just breathing. I'm just like, oh my God. I'm saying like, oh my God and stuff. And people are like, kind of like, and I'm like looking at them and I'm like, oh my God. Oh my God. And they're just like murmurs, like, they're like uncomfortable for me, And then I'm like, I'm so sorry. And then I lift up my hands to wipe my brow. And then I reveal that I peed myself. And the place fucking erupts. Like it just erupt, Angela. It was like the fucking craziest thing. So the place breaks out laughing. And then I got my jokes off. I thought it was probably the best night I ever had in stand-up comedy. It really probably was. Because I had, it was a fucking packed house because this guy was this Canadian name. And so it was like 200 people, 250, whatever the full bar was. And man, I just fucking lit it up. And I had them laughing the full 6 minutes. And if people think that ain't a fucking feat, it is. Go up and do 6 minutes once in your life and you'll know what I'm talking about. It's the longest 6 minutes you'll ever have. And I just fucking knock it out of the park. But there I was, man. I did not know this, but think about it. I mean, for me, it's irrefutable.
Okay, but you missed the part where your mother made a huge fucking
stink. Yeah, my mom made a fucking huge.
So that's what made it so indelible. That's what
right.
imprinted it in your mind.
In 1979,
like, this mattered to be
and shouting at the fucking box office person for letting how could you let my children? And it's racy stuff. Like
why would you? I mean, the guy came sell tickets to a lady with 2 children with her?
2 kids. One's 9. I'm 9. I'm fucking 9. And honestly, I was like laughing because he peed himself. Like I had no idea what was going on.
Yeah, right.
And there I am 9 fucking years later, and I'm using, and because I'm standing there, like we're sitting there watching all that jazz, and there's this guy, and he's got this wet spot because they didn't see it until he moved his hands up, and he went, oh, and he sang, and then everyone started laughing, and it's almost exactly what I did 9 years fucking later. I'm speechless by the whole thing. I really am truly speechless by the whole thing. And then, furthermore, all that jazz in general, clearly at that point, that movie had truly influenced me, and I didn't even know to what extent. I wrote a movie, it's behind me, called Roman and Leela. And this movie is this like very theatrical, it's done with really lighting, like curious lighting, you'll call it. And so let me just first of all start off by saying that my Tiny Pineapples for all that jazz, 4.5. I think it's actually genius. I thought it was a brilliant movie. It's a very difficult movie. I don't know that most people would really like the movie because it's such a departure from entertainment. It's a real art piece.
Oh yeah, it's totally experimental. Like you cannot go into that movie thinking you're going to watch a movie.
It's really cool. It's autobiographical. It's Bob Fosse. It's an autobiography on Bob Fosse. It has irony in it that you just can't even believe. That I won't get into because I really highly recommend seeing this movie if you haven't yet. And but it's the mind. It's this like artist who has to have this thing. He's reaching for this thing, and it's this mind that's sort of letting go of life in some way. It's this tremendous mental existential crisis that is centered around a fear of death. And it just has all this
it's super smart.
It's fucking brilliant, man.
But it's a musical, but it's also kind of like just vignettes meshed together. I mean, there's obviously a storyline, but near the end of it, I was like, what the fuck am I even watching? Like, what is this?
Well, yeah,
anymore?
Because because it has that really super long ending that I think people will.
It's like a fever dream.
Yeah, it's probably the half point deduction. Really, is that fever dream at the end because it went on too long for me. But
yeah.
The rest of the movie was just so fucking completely spot on. Bob Fosse just really just elevated everything in his whole career in that one moment. everything that he I think he was like, it looked to me, it was like, wow, this guy really wants me to understand that the art is making him crazy and he can't fucking do anything about it because it's the only thing that's driving him. It's the only thing that's keeping him alive. It's the only thing that keeps, that keeps the cup going to mouth. And at the same time, it's killing him. At the same time, it brings upon him death. It brings a short life.
Do you think that
it's just brilliant?
Do you think that Roy Scheider plays Bob Fosse?
Yeah.
And I thought he was incredible. I thought he was perfect.
Yeah.
But do you think that it would make a good double feature with Roy Scheider in Jaws?
Yeah, I mean, the reason why would be the contrast just alone, the contrast of it. They're both in the same era, right? So 79, 70, what is it, 70, 79, 77, 79?
All That Jazz is 79.
Yeah.
And then Jaws was 75.
75.
That's amazing.
Oh my God, guys. See All That Jazz. Where did we see it?
I don't know. Let me see.
Here in America. We saw it. I think it's all over like Tubi.
We
and
watched
shit.
it on Tubi.
It's like a free one.
I didn't like it as much, just because I'm kind of not like I don't know. You got to be like really primed for musical, like aesthetic. The aesthetic isn't the right word, but like it's not a movie. It's very experimental, and so I found the whole time I was just like, what is happening?
It's so New York. It's so New York play scene.
I know.
It's definitely like, this is why I was kind of excited for it in so many ways, because I didn't realize the kind of influence it had on me. Because in the movie that I wrote, which is not a musical, but it is this infusion of a play and real life,
right,
and creates this whole like sort of contrast between what might be going on in the mind and what is going on in real life, and how those things collide around major themes. His themes were obsession with art and work, right? And dance and cigarettes. And, in Roman and Leela, the themes are around possession and obsession with others, obsession, in the possession of others. Like really toxic love themes were in Roman and Leela. And, just this, it's like people who've read Roman and Leela, they read it, back then I only did a first draft of it ever, so it's not good. But people who read it are just like, wow, bro, you're a fucking twisted dude. Because it's just, it's a really out there concept that I think would make a fabulous movie. I love the premise behind it, because the premise is that and it's so interesting because it's like Sugarland Express in one way also. I have two protagonists. One is hospitalized with a mental condition that paralyzes her. It's a purely mental condition, and it causes paralysis. And her boyfriend, who also suffers from a paranoid, schizophrenic, bipolar cocktail of type disorders. And again, sort of more research would go into that as I would develop it out. But he goes and breaks his girl out of the hospital because he read about a place that is magical in the world and that will bring her legs back. So he breaks her out to go and take her to this forest, a rainforest. It was a tribute to the rainforest, when I to my whole Clockwood Sound and Carmina Valley experience up there in the Pacific Northwest. And so he breaks her out, and then they go on a road. It's like a road movie at that point, to this forest where he's going to bring her in and kind of lay her in the middle of this forest, and where the forest will then cure her of her problems, and they could be reunited, and she could be out of the hospital permanently.
And that's not how it goes.
It don't. No, things go. Movies.
Things go awry.
I want to make this movie. I want to make this movie so bad. The characters are so larger than life. It was the role that Pedro was going to play. He was going to play Roman. Well, it's who we wanted to. Maybe he'll do it. I'll be like, hey Pedro, Balmaceda, what's up? Come on, bro. Do it. Well, I'm sorry that you didn't love All That Jazz as much as I did. I found the artistic end of it absolutely profound. It really made me, it just got me excited for the experiment again, because I felt like Bob Fosse, was unafraid of anything, dude.
I know. All three, I haven't given my tiny pineapples yet. All three of my tiny pineapples are because the acting is superb, and because the Bob Fosse's choreography is so fucking weird all the time. I love it so much. He's like such a unique artist. Nobody does it like he does. And it's just the whole movie is a showcase. Also, the opening sequence where
so true,
he's auditioning a bunch of potential dancers for a show. It's just dazzling. So like all three of my stars are for the first half of the movie. It just gets so fucking weird and like
it's an abstract piece.
Unnecessary later on. Yeah, it gets more abstract. That's a perfect word for it. So I wasn't with it later. But whatever. He's amazing. They're amazing. Roy Scheider's amazing. Everybody's amazing.
All that jazz. Go see it, man. It's worth it. It's just worth it. I mean, you know, if you have any love for the experiment of film.
I like Bob Fosse a lot. Like Sweet Charity. Have you seen that one?
Yes.
It's delightful.
Yeah. I love Bob
Such
Fosse.
a funny, strange way to make people dance. It's just so strange. Did you hear that Michael Jackson's moves were based on Bob Fosse's moves?
Oh, it would make sense, but no, I didn't.
Bob Fosse did like a little short film where he put a guy dressed all in black with like the Michael Jackson hat in the desert, and he was doing these little dance moves around in the desert, like with like rocks and boulders and cactuses and shit.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah. And it's exactly Michael Jackson's whole like show routine.
Well, when you think about like Billie Jean.
Yeah.
And you just think about that, like the whole mood of that is just Bob Fosse.
Yeah.
For sure. I mean, you could put all that jazz, you could put some of that, those moves with the hat, you could put that right in there. And
yep.
I mean, it's cabaret.
Yeah, exactly.
Brilliant. Really brilliant. Here's some crazy fucking shit. Stowaway. Oh, wait, do we have any other movies? Do we have anything else that we're...
No, we had the fail watch that we were not going to talk about. And then
Cosmic Urgency wants me to talk about it, but look at that, Cosmic Urgency. He watched E.T. to kick off Halloween season. It's a monster movie after all. And he said it's been a long time, still a masterpiece. It's a fucking masterpiece, people.
That's true.
It's my favorite Spielberg film. I think if you sat down and you watched every single Spielberg film, I bet you the one that moves you the most on every level, that makes you laugh, smile, cry, feel fear, feel anger, all of it, one movie. There's only one other movie that came remotely close to what E.T. accomplished, and it was Ghost. And the reason was because Ghost found a way to put suspense, thriller, satire, like all these fucking elements together into one fucking soupy mess, and come out of it where your heart is throbbing, and the romance, the romantic story there was just out of control. It's kind of what we wanted with Don's Planet, that we were like throwing in the satire on top of the realism to try and like give these dimensions, that are hard to achieve. And when you try to, it's like putting those two flavors together as a cook that aren't supposed to go together, but for some reason you found that thing in between, that acid or something that just brought it together in the right way. The two things that aren't supposed to be together. Mm-hmm. Does that make sense?
Like cooking?
Yeah.
That's what you mean?
Culinary arts. It's like culinary arts.
That's what you mean by acid?
Yeah, like the acid. Yeah, not LSD. I mean, like a
little squeeze
vinegar,
of lemon.
Yeah, some reduced vinegar or something. By the way, just heads up, as The Substance with Demi Moore is going to be on HBO Max this month. I just thought I'd throw everyone out there the heads up for that, just because.
That's another one I'm expecting to be super fucking weird.
It's going to be weird.
Like I haven't seen it yet, but it seems really fucking weird. I'm glad these weirdo filmmakers are getting recognition. Yeah. Would you like to know my pick of the three that DiCaprio was asked about?
Oh, please, yes. You didn't give us yours?
Nope.
God, wow, this night's going through. Okay, yeah, please do.
My favorite, what was the first one? Favorite Spielberg.
Yeah.
I think my favorite might be Jurassic Park.
It's a great pick.
It might be Close Encounters because all of the family scenes are so fucking like unique and perfect. And the way that he directed the little boy having some sort of like close encounter himself was just like incredible. I love Close Encounters. I love Jurassic Park. It's perfect. Probably Raiders of the Lost Ark might be my favorite. Jaws is also such a fucking masterpiece.
It is.
So like, I don't know. I can't pick a favorite of his.
Yeah, I mean, I think
too many.
I think Jaws is a masterpiece, and I could have easily picked Jaws, and I could have also Jurassic Park wouldn't be it for me just because it's just like because he has so much more depth than what he had on display. But the movie making in that was superb.
Yeah.
And not only that, but just like the tension
About the movie making too, like Schindler's List obviously it's probably nobody's favorite movie, but what a fucking achievement, right? Like
it's an amazing movie.
Just incredible.
His career, bro.
I know.
One of the greatest of all time.
I know.
And
I'm really glad that we saw Sugarland Express because I didn't even know it existed.
It's also great, one of the great things about seeing Sugarland Express, and this is important for Conley DiCaprio or anybody else out there who's been struggling with trying to write something or do something, go see this. Go see those modest beginnings. And this isn't just a modest beginning.
Watch the first films of all of these filmmakers.
And this isn't just a modest beginning because this is like his first theatrical. I mean, he'd been in the business for a minute and he still only had this limited opportunity and what he did with it. But it's just so important to recognize, like, hey, man, like Steven Spielberg is the greatest thing that ever made, and he was gluing them together back in the day. Do you know what I mean? He was just doing what he could, finding the shots. There's a couple of shots in that movie where it's just like, where like, holy fuck, did he have that fucking rig on a coat hanger? Like what? Because it's just the fucking wobbling and what the fuck did you do there? And it's just, that he's just dealing with the fact that he doesn't have the money. He didn't have the mounts.
But he had a vision.
He had the time, he had the time. He had the crew. Fuck, we're going to try to get this shot because I can see it.
I know, it's so great.
So it's just really worth seeing. Saving Private Ryan came up a few times in the comment section. Feldbaumling is saying, hello, Feldbaumling, by the way. Hinata is here, by the way. I don't think I said hello to Hinata.
I'm not a huge fan of like, I don't think that there's a war movie that's my favorite just because of the subject matter. But yeah, Saving Private Ryan's
It's a brilliant movie.
Amazing.
Fucking loved it. That opening scene is one of the greatest of all time. Obviously, I mean, he put us all there. He put us right in the spot.
Amazing.
It was fucking. It was in a theater. It was one of the most intense thing I have ever experienced, just because we were there. We were in it. It was.
What's the next one? Christopher Nolan.
I
think Memento is my favorite.
Yeah, I mean it's a brilliant piece of filmmaking.
I'm a big 90s movies head.
I would say that filmmaking is superior to the writing by every degree in that, like, he found a way around all those holes to make it practical. Like, he created an illusion with that movie that is so hard to achieve. His
recent work has become so like puzzle brain that I just feel like it doesn't really do what I feel like I'm interested in movies doing. I find that there's so many ways that he's trying to like connect. I mean, sorry, I want to experience movies that connect me to the broader conversation about human experience. And all of his are like, can you figure out the puzzle? Do you know what I really mean? Let's see what happens here, and if you figure it out now.
Did you get it? Like, it was in the background. Did you get it?
It's not for me.
You're going to have to watch it again. If you watch it again, you might get it.
There's like 5 analysis videos within the first like 30 seconds the film's released about figuring out the puzzle brain shit.
I admire people who want to do that. You know, the funny part about that is half the time they either get it wrong or there was no intention at all. It was like, no, that was just the poster they had at the fucking antique store.
I love to like go into like, analysis and conspiracies about movies and their meaning and stuff, but I just don't, he's not my favorite for that. What was the last one? Kubrick?
Kubes.
My favorite Kubrick is The Shining.
Okay.
Hands down. I delight in that movie.
It's a fucking great ride.
Speaking of all like the YouTube analysis videos, like I could watch 1 million of them on The Shining and never be satisfied. It's so great.
Do you have a second? Do you have a runner-up for Kubrick?
Not as a favorite, but I really admired what he did with A Clockwork Orange. I feel like that was really bold.
It was. And I'll tell you about that movie. That's so fucking interesting. And I mean, this is really true for all of his movies. He's like one of those few directors, like Scorsese, it's like you just know every time you turn on a Scorsese movie that you're in a Scorsese movie.
Yeah, right.
Whereas like Kubrick, like if you look at Barry Lyndon.
Oh yeah. Well, I haven't seen that one, so maybe that might be a favorite.
And then you look at like, I'm talking about like, it probably won't be having, I have seen it.
It probably won't be.
No, I think you'll admire it. It's a great movie. It's a great movie.
Yeah.
It's really fucking slow burn, but like it's a great movie and he shot it in candlelight. So fuck me.
Yeah. Amazing.
Master. So, but it's such a different movie on every level from a Clockwork Orange. Like if there were 2 movies that had similarities in terms of like Kubrickian feel, for me it would be 2001 and A Clockwork Orange. Those are the the 2 films that kind of had the tonally, you could feel the same guy behind them.
Yeah.
But like fucking when I saw Dr. Strangelove, I didn't even know it was Kubrick. The first time I saw it, I was like, that was fucking ridiculous and amazing. And then when I realized it was Kubrick at the end or wherever, or whenever it clicked, I was like, I couldn't fucking believe it. I was like, wait. That guy made 2001 fucking Space Odyssey, and he made this?
I know.
He's just that amazing. Like Spielberg, I feel like
Spielberg, dude.
You know when you're in it.
I know, but he does so many different things. Like, you know, when he makes a fucking monster movie. Or like when he makes a fucking car chase movie. Like, what?
Did he direct Stand By Me? No.
No. Who was it? Did he?
I think he, did he?
1986. And it is directed by Rob Reiner.
Rob Reiner, that's right.
They're similar, though. I get why you're saying that. Okay. So we're done with that. I just wanted to get my picks out.
By the way, we got one endorsement of The Substance, so we'll be watching that for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Demi Moore, man, she was one of my big crushes for sure.
Really?
That voice. ASM Army all day long, bro.
Yeah, she had a really adorable little scratchy
my God,
voice.
That voice, especially in Ghost. In Ghost, I was like she just worked her way into my heart forever.
Hinata and I'm Bobo have some updates about Baldoni's fans losing their shit.
Oh, really?
Yes.
We got to get into the Baldoni stuff. Can I finish my last little... I got two more things here.
Yeah, great. Sorry. I thought you were done.
There was a stowaway found dead in a landing gear of an American Airlines flight in Charlotte. They landed a fucking plane in Charlotte, and in the fucking wheel well was a dead stowaway.
From where?
I don't know, somewhere in America. They were going to fucking Charlotte. They were like, I know how to get there for free.
That's messed up.
Holy fucking shit. How the fuck did you get on the runway and into a fucking... How did he get that far? I'm going with he, because I don't think a woman would do it.
Dude, there's a lot of people on a runway. You haven't seen all those, like... Have you ever been in a plane? You see all the little, like, worker bees?
Yeah, but you still gotta get in a fucking... Just wow.
It seems like a kind of like a not very regulated place.
Holy shit, dude. Like, we gotta take our shoes off, but somebody can get their fucking ass up in a fucking landing gear?
Yeah, that's true.
Oh my God.
That's messed up, man.
That's fucking messed up, bro. If anything, that's like the biggest thing for me is like, so you don't know what's in there before you take off.
Yeah,
you don't know what's in there.
Yeah. Nobody's checking?
You don't know what's fucking in there.
In the bottom of the plane?
The bottom of the fucking plane. You don't know what's in there. We're gonna go fly with something in there that you don't know about. And
it could be as big as a human body.
For fuck's sake. A 200-pound thing.
You're right. I didn't think about that. That's terrifying.
Fucking crazy, dude. In some news that, in news that some will find out, good news, a judge rules that the MyPillow guy, Mike Lindell, defamed Smartmatic with false claims on voting machines.
Oh,
And
dude, this
they're
guy.
They're seeking 9 figures.
Oh, my God.
9.
This guy is suffering. He has been. Have you seen videos of him?
There will be no empathy.
I know. But I've never seen somebody look more like, okay, there's movies that are like supposed to take place in the 70s when somebody is like basically ODing on cocaine and they're
Boost.
They're super nervous.
The Boost. You've got to see The Boost with James Woods.
Oh, yeah.
My God.
I'm sure James Woods is exactly what I'm
Oh,
picturing.
my God.
Sweaty, clammy.
You would not believe
like,
it.
Pale,
The
but
Boost.
Like eyes like this. That's how Mike fucking Lindell talks.
That fucking movie.
How he looks for the last like 5 years.
Hey, man.
He's
you know what I'm saying,
anxious, bro.
Well, hey. He lost everything. This fucking
Yes, but
judge,
Dale, you have to understand. He's not.
It's my pillow now, bitch.
He's unwell. The guy's nuts.
It's not your pillow anymore.
No, I know, but like, it's just. I feel.
I mean, look.
I feel like I have a bit of a moral struggle having the Schadenfreude experience.
Schadenfreude.
Yes, where you revel in someone's suffering, when it's obviously somebody who's like mentally fucked up. Like the guy's like not thinking straight. He has a dysfunctional brain. There's something wrong with him.
Hanada, we're going to be watching Indecent Exposure this week. Hanada said that Demi Moore is amazing. Ghost was the only romantic movie I almost...
Proposal?
Indecent Proposal.
You said Indecent Exposure.
Did I? Wembley.
Wimbledon?
Wembley. Indecent Exposure.
Uh-huh.
No. Indecent Proposal.
Mm-hmm.
Robert Redford.
Yes.
Demi Moore.
Uh-huh.
Woody Harrelson.
I know.
Super fun movie. It's a little, there's some...
I'm looking forward to it.
Things of a sexual nature.
You know what's really funny is the whole idea that Robert Redford had to pay any money.
For ass? Robert Redford had to pay money for ass.
He's like, I'm really stretching in this role, you know, the whole like you proposition a woman and maybe she doesn't want to go to bed with you.
Well, I think they were in the meeting. They're sitting around. They're in the casting meeting. They're like, look, it has to be a good looking guy because, you know, she's got to be enticed enough. It can't be just the money. Like we're not doing Harvey Weinstein here. It's got, you know, that's got to be the, like, you know, for her.
Yeah.
For her. She's got to be like, she's like, oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, okay. I wouldn't do it if it weren't for the money. Yeah. Okay? It's all about the money. Let's go, sweetie pants. Because he's fucking, whatever, 60?
And he's gorgeous.
Oh, my God. Better than ever. Yeah. I'm a straight man, and I'm sitting there going, man, I just dropped my own panties. All right. Video game maker Electronic Arts to be acquired. Jared Kushner has facilitated the sale of a $55 billion gaming company to the Saudis.
What? Since what? Okay. Do they have to have
makers
their fucking...
of Madden and, you know, Madden, the football game?
Yeah.
Yeah, the makers of Madden. I mean, they're a fucking shit company anyway, so have them. Uh-huh. But it's just amazing that this guy spent 4 years in the White House, and since then, Trump has put up a tower in Saudi Arabia, Trump Plaza, and they now have and Jared Kushner now did a $55 billion deal. He had no fucking interest in either of these things before all this shit. And they just announced that they're doing another Trump Plaza, another $1 billion Trump Plaza. They just announced it while he's president in Saudi Arabia. Just kind of keeping you up to date on this. I have no judgment here, whatever. But Jared Kushner.
No judgment on the oligarchy?
The guy literally
You have no judgment. There's no judgment?
Making fucking $55 billion deals with Saudis.
Yeah.
And, you know, if you're going to buy that game or those games, but EA is not going to be on my list of things to buy because fuck all that. Do I have anything else? Oh, I do have one last thing. There's so many things, actually. By the way, Gore Verbinski's Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die is just apparently fucking super badass.
Oh, yeah. This has Sam Rockwell in it, right?
Rockwell.
I don't know if you know this about me, but I love Sam Rockwell.
Well, I do know
He
this.
used to be my answer when people are like, who's your favorite actor? I'd be like, fucking hands down, Sam Rockwell is like, no matter what, just put him on screen. I'm happy. I'm entertained.
The movie's called Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die. Can't find a trailer yet. Apparently, he is transcendently unhinged in this movie, and it's for everyone to see. But the reviews are coming in, and they love it. So it's just going to be, this might be a really great award season era for movies, because everyone's talking right now about Leos, but man, this, you know, Rockwell sounds so solid. Noah Baumbach has a movie coming out. So, you know, I mean, I saw the trailer. I didn't love it because it's like a Hollywood, you know, fucking self-aggrandizing. But, and by the way, somebody made a great point about that, because Noah Baumbach's new movie, which I don't remember the name of, it stars George Clooney, and it's a movie about an old, like, you know, like sort of, I don't know, like a, you know, what's his name? Anyway, whatever, like a Jimmy Stewart. No, somebody good looking. Who was a good looking? What's his name? Rock Hudson. Kind of like a Rock Hudson type classic movie star movie.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, Noah Baumbach turns heads. The cast is outrageous.
So Noah Baumbach is making a movie of an aging movie star who has to like deal with how he's like at the end of his stardom or something.
Yeah. And
then he has to like find himself again.
Who knows? But it you know, it's Noah Baumbach, and I love him. He's one of my favorites. Yeah. Like Noah Baumbach is probably one of the guys, you know, that I would have closely like resembled as a filmmaker, just because, you know, him and Kenneth Lonergan and these kinds of guys who like to deal with as real a situation as possible most of the time. Although, you know,
it's weird though.
Baumbach has a little
the promotion for that movie. What's it called?
I don't remember.
What are you talking? You're talking about a movie you don't know the title?
I just brought it up incidentally.
Well, look it up. Is it the guy's name? The actor, the character's name?
Noah Baumbach new movie. Oh yeah, Adam Sandler, by the way. The cast is sick. Adam Sandler.
What's it called?
George Clooney, Emily Mortimer, Riley Kyo.
What is it called?
It's called Jay Kelly.
Jay Kelly?
Jay Kelly. I guess that's the actor.
Celebrity's name?
Greta Gerwig's in it. Billy Crudup is in it. Laura Dern is in it, and she looks fabulous. By the way.
Greta Gerwig, they're married, right?
They are.
Anyway, I was going to say it's weird because the promotion of what's it called?
Jay Kelly.
Jay Kelly. Okay. It kind of they're promoting it like it looks like a fucking Mamma Mia or some shit, like where it's basically just like a bunch of like a director and a bunch of big stars want to go on vacation in some nice place, and
Paris.
so they just design.
I think it's in France.
So they write a movie that puts them all on vacation in a nice place.
I know. Fucking A.
That's what
Like,
it fucking
I'm going to
looks
make
like.
a TV series in Hawaii.
Yeah, right.
What do you think? Fiji, it's for you.
Hey, speaking of Sam Rockwell,
Yeah.
because I'm not done talking about him.
Yeah.
and my love.
I'm excited for this movie. Everyone should be. Good luck. Have fun. Don't die. That's what it's called.
It's
Great
a fucking
title.
Great title. Did you ever see Confessions of a Dangerous Mind?
Of course.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
Well,
I like that
I
movie.
watched all of what's his face's names until I
That's
didn't.
Sam Rockwell playing Chuck Barris, and I don't know that anybody else could have done it. He's
Gone
perfect.
Show, bro. By the way, that was written by what's his face? Eternal Sunshine and
Charlie Kaufman?
Charlie Kaufman.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Screenplay is also George Clooney is credited.
With Kaufman?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Directed by George Clooney. I didn't know that.
Correct. Yeah.
Neat. Mm-hmm. Anywho.
Terrence Stamp pre-shot Priscilla Queen of the Desert too. Months before he died.
did?
Months before he died.
What do you mean pre-shot? What does that mean?
They were like, how you feeling, Terrence? He's like, I don't think I got me. They were like, we're going to shoot it right now. He shot it.
But did you say pre-shot?
He shot his roles
I thought you
before
said-
he died.
I thought you said pre.
It said pre-shot.
It did?
I don't know.
What does that mean?
It means they shot him first.
Oh.
They shot him first. They were like, oh God, we're doing Priscilla Rebirth. How's Terrence? They're like, any day. He's first. And they just shot him first. That's my guess anyway.
Weird. So it's all just the camera angles are going to be weird.
Yeah, it's been a fucking busy. I got to get this last one in. I'm so sorry. But also, I watched the trailer for The American Revolution by Ken Burns on PBS. And it's going to be on the PBS app in November. And it's really it was super inspiring. It might be something worth, whatever. If you like the revolutionary period of American history and how it influenced the whole world. Like it created revolutions around the world. Obviously the French Revolution. Thomas Paine literally went in and got down with it.
It's not a coincidence. Okay. That Uranus has just returned to Gemini.
Yeah.
Where it was during the American Revolution.
And he's literally releasing this. I mean, Chris Brennan, our astrology.
It's worth knowing about what started the American Revolution and the players involved and how it was ultimately it was like a war that was fought for liberty. The French Revolution happened at the same time with Uranus and Gemini.
It was literally
but
caused
America
by
wasn't
the
involved.
American Revolution. The American
It's really
Revolution
interesting.
influenced all of them. Thomas Paine literally went to France, from the American. He was jumping revolutions. This guy.
So Uranus and Gemini has been. So the United States has only been around for 4 Uranus and Gemini cycles, and in every time there was a major conflict that the U.S. was involved in. It was the Revolutionary War, the American Revolutionary War.
Yes.
It was the Civil War, and it was World War II. And all 3 of those were wars fought by America, sometimes with Americans, for liberation. Okay?
Yeah.
Uranus has just returned to Gemini.
Yeah.
It's going to be there for 8 years.
Yeah.
We are expecting another one of those.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, however it's like the World War II or the Civil War or the American Revolution, however it manifests, it's supposed to happen. It's predicted. Just so everybody knows.
Just so everybody knows.
Uranus and Gemini has never equated to peace in the United States of America.
No.
Nope.
I don't think it will this time either, but we will see. So shall we get to the main topic of the evening since we're so late already? We had a lot to. I had a load.
I was trying to get to the chat. Do you want me to?
Maybe do a little chat, and then we'll do the
What's
Josh Greenstein deposition, which I've got lots to say about.
Oh, okay, cool. Hinata said that Baldoni fans are already poisoning the promotion of John Candy documentary, I Like Me, saying that Ryan Reynolds was promoting booze at their screening events.
So let me tell you about that.
They always have fucking booze at these
Well,
at
but
these
let me tell you
events.
something. He didn't have an alcohol problem.
No,
they're
but
trying
here's
to
the thing.
they're trying to mischaracterize this
Hinata
guy.
is saying that when the man died because of alcohol, but they have a problem with booze. But
He didn't die because of alcohol.
he didn't die from alcohol.
That's not true.
It's not true.
He didn't have an alcohol
They're
problem.
literally making shit up.
That's not true. John Candy was not an alcoholic.
Nope.
John Candy was a stress monster who had a genetic heart disease issue that his brother almost died, but actually survived his heart attack that he had at a young age. His dad died young from a heart attack. And on top of that, John Candy ate his problems, but he did not drink his problems. He did not do drugs.
I know. So they're just making up a controversy.
They just made up a lie. They just made up a lie.
Yes, it's true.
Yes, he's having booze there because John Candy probably had booze at his fucking.
Well, it doesn't matter.
He wasn't an alcoholic.
At an event, you serve alcohol, and Ryan Reynolds owns a fucking alcohol company, so he's gonna fucking. It's his gig, so he's gonna fucking promote his alcohol.
Yeah, obviously it's just hate. It's just
I know,
pure
it's so dumb.
stupid hate.
Also, I'm Bobo said that Dana, with the girl with the little squeaky voice.
Yes.
She says that she thinks that Ryan and Blake are going to divorce.
I don't give a fuck.
They're so obsessed with these people.
Yeah, they're so obsessed. Can you be more obsessed? Obviously, you have nothing more to talk about than that stupid shit. Not you, obviously.
SC is saying, I don't know, guys. This new Wayfarer motion for judgment on the pleadings has got me shook. Supporters are saying the case will be thrown out. Wayfarer motion for judgment on the pleadings. Do you know about this?
No, I haven't read this.
I don't know about it either.
I haven't seen it pop up in any of my feeds.
They're saying the case will be thrown out. Her case is not going to get thrown out.
It would already been thrown out.
I know.
That's not possible.
They're past that.
They're way
the
past
judge
that.
is past that phase. He's already seen enough evidence to support her claims.
Yeah, the case is going forward. It has a trial date. It's not getting thrown out. Anybody who's saying that doesn't know how the court system works. Listen, the case that got thrown out was Baldoni's. We know what got thrown out. It already happened.
That's why they're talking like that.
Believe me, they're not going to throw out Lyman's not going to throw out the second case that got filed.
Yeah.
Before the first case, if he's going to throw the first case out.
That's right.
He's going to throw the first case out, not the second case out. And by the way, if he was going to throw the first case out, her case, then he would have thrown that out and then not thrown out Justin Baldoni's case, because then there would probably have been merit.
Also, that happens before the discovery phase. So, or in the beginning of the discovery phase. I'm not really sure if they don't overlap.
Well, the demur is early. Yeah, you got with the demurs. I don't know if demur applies to a federal court though. A federal court might have to show. I don't know how federal court works. In a state court, like in California, you would have a demur hearing, and then as the plaintiff, you would have to show enough evidence sufficient to warrant a trial.
Yes, and the judge has cited Lively's case and her evidence several times in his ruling, so he does trust that she's got enough to support claims. Some of them, if not all of them. Nick Carraway's wife has finished your book and said, I really liked it, actually.
Oh.
I wasn't expecting to, but it's really great IMO.
Oh, I'm so glad you liked it.
Isn't that great?
I poured my soul into it, man. I really wanted it to be a great experience for everyone who got to read it. Thank you for reading it. Thank you for coming up and coming back and sharing with us your experience with it. And I know that you didn't get all the best news in it as a fan of Toby's, but I hope you don't have to change the way you feel about him just because I feel so down on the guy. But I really am glad that you enjoyed the book. I hope more people will. Recommend it to your friends.
Nick Carraway's wife said, I think Toby may be misunderstood by you, but also he definitely overreacted and he is wrong for that. But also you should have let your friends be more involved with the movie, but that's just my opinion.
Well, maybe you're right. I don't know. I mean, we didn't know what to do. It was our first thing, you got to be careful with I'm telling you, man, you can't. The one thing I do right now, and this isn't because of what I learned with Don's Plum. This is what I've learned, after Don's Plum, is that when I work with writers, I really limit the amount of people that I'm okay with them showing their work to. I try to keep it to none. Part of the reason is because if you have so many people confusing the person who's leading the movie, and whether it's in screenwriting or in the editing room, you can really a movie can fall apart fast, man. Especially because there's a hunger for people to get involved. Part of why Nick's wife is saying this is because throughout the book, people are asking to be a part of the process. And the problem with bringing people in is that and this is the worst part, is that they get this hunger for recognition creatively. They want to be able to go and watch the movie and be like, I did that. Do you see that? I fucking did that. That move, no, I can't back it up. You'll see it when we get it on video, but I did that. That was my idea. And they take pride in it. And I understand. I mean, I understand. I remember the first time that I saw a movie with one of my friends in the main titles. Like, you're kind of shocked, like, especially in the 90s, we've kind of been, the internet has really has really dumbed down fame, thank God. But back in the day, fame was only accessible to those who had the machine behind it. It wasn't, you couldn't go viral in 1995.
No, you couldn't. It was a huge deal to be recognized for anything.
Right. So when you see your friend, somebody their name in lights, it's flooring. It's jarring. It's unusual, to say the least.
I just think that nothing that you did that kept them out of the editing bay should have resulted in them having this like paranoid delusion about you doing something wrong or attacking one of your friends or any of these other things that they concocted, this conspiracy that they concocted in their mind. But nobody was able to articulate what it was.
Yeah.
So it was like, what exactly are they angry at you for? Because the lawsuit and all of the claims that were made in their countersuit and everything, none of it involved that they weren't allowed to participate in the editing. It was that you guys were doing these like secret meetings and conspiring against so-and-so and like doing, this like planning some sort of attack or something. It had nothing to do with them not being able to participate in the editing.
No, but what Nick's wife is talking about, though, is I think beyond like the actual complaint and rather the culture of it. Like, had we done that, then we would have, people.
But how do we know that it wouldn't have been something else? Because they completely invented some sort of paranoid delusion about you and some wrongdoing that they just assigned to you arbitrarily.
Yeah, it's definitely
like with no evidence whatsoever. Yeah. So if it wasn't that, maybe it would have been something else. Maybe you could have done every single thing right. Maybe you could have done everything that they wanted you to do, and it still would have ended up this way because it's just as reasonable as what they did do. They didn't have a fucking reason or any cause or any fucking evidence that you guys did anything wrong, and they still fucking ruined your life.
It's going to be interesting when this gets cooking because, I got a lot of action off of the open letter. I'm going to expect the same to happen with the book at some point. I think somebody at Reddit's going to post the almond milk scene or going to post the peroxide scene or, it's going to happen eventually. And then they'll come in droves to this channel and it'll be very interesting. To see how people react. Tanner is on his meal break now and he's hanging out with us again. Welcome back, Tanner.
Sweet. SC says that I guess that they're trying to throw out her case because now they're trying to relitigate whether she can use California law in New York.
Well, good luck with that.
So it would be the motion for treble damages.
Yeah.
So they're trying to dig into that.
I mean, good luck with that. That's all I can say is good luck with that. I hope that works out for you. I don't like their chances. But look, it's common for lawyers to file outrageous motions for appeal. Mostly they'll like trying to set up appeals. All right, so this final thing here is the Greenstein deposition, which is happening tomorrow. And this is
Josh Greenstein?
Yeah, Josh Greenstein.
I don't know if we're pronouncing it right. Greenstein?
Could be Greenstein, could be Greenstein. Potato, doesn't really matter.
So he is a Sony executive.
But let me explain that. Like, this might be the most important witness in the whole damn thing.
The smoking pew pew.
It could be the smoking pew pew. They have got to be shaking in their fucking boots because what Baldoni fans are about to hear, if I'm reading the room correctly. What the Baldoni fans are about to hear from this deposition, and you could bet your bottom dollar they're going to publish it, is they're going to ask directly, did Blake Lively extort Sony? They're going to want to know if there's any extortion of Blake Lively to Sony, whether she tried to leverage getting in the editing bay, whether she tried to leverage her way, whether she tried to
Ryan Reynolds
sabotage the marketing of the film. Like they've made so many accusations that it's a fucking.
They're all incoherent.
It's a fucking nightmare scenario because my guess is, and the evidence that we've seen thus far supports it, is that they're going to come in. Greenstein is going to come rolling in with a fucking fucking treasure trove full of compliments. Excitement around working with her. The results speak for themselves. I think we're going to hear something like these kinds of, well, I think the results speak for themselves. How'd you feel about Blake Lively getting into the editing room? Well, I think the results speak for themselves. Don't you think so? I think it's going to be a lot of this kind of fucking nonsense because there's just no way that Sony's showing up. I've said this I mean, we could go look through all the archives of the footage from the fucking back in the TikTok days. Sony, I said from the very beginning, is not going to show up and point their finger at fucking Blake Lively and say, that woman extorted us. She told us she wouldn't do the marketing. What a whore. She fucking, they're not going to do this. Do you know what I mean? They're going to show up and they're going to say, she cut an amazing trailer. They're going to show up and they're going to say, well, we don't just make our decisions. They're going to say this. We don't just make our decisions based on screening scores alone. Because everybody wants to run with this like, oh, they took Blake Lively's worst scoring. And that's not how it fucking works. The scoring is one factor in their considerations. Will
you put this up on the screen?
Even if it's an important factor, and it obviously is.
Okay. If you go to the folder, there's a subfolder called Lively, whatever, Lively B-roll or whatever the fuck I called it.
Language.
Are you navigating there?
I'm working on it.
It's called Lively Clips or something. Okay. And in there's a, I just highlighted it. It's not in a folder. It just says test screening reason. Justin Baldoni, in his own amended complaint, it described the reason why the test screening, like what the reason for doing the test screening was. And nobody seems to be able to fucking articulate this. Is it up? Okay, yeah. Great. This is why. It has nothing to do with Sony agreeing whatsoever that if his movie tested better, that they would release it. He doesn't even make that claim. He has never made that claim. People are saying that his movie tested better, and so that means that they should have released it. And Lively obviously did some sort of like some pressure or some sort of like power play or something to make it the alternate. But no, Justin Baldoni is only saying that the decision to do a test screening was with everybody. Lively had agreed with Sony that if Baldoni's director's cut tested higher, that he would be able to finish the film without further interference. Finish his cut of the film. That's it. That's all it was. So it's like Sony is not even going to have to clarify this part. It has never been what everybody seems to be wanting to claim it is on social media.
First of all, Blake Lively is not in this place to make this decision. This is ridiculous.
No,
this
of course
is such
not.
a stupid thing I've ever read in my life.
But it's so weird how this has been like mistranslated the entire time. Justin Baldoni's own claim is that they were going to do the test screenings and then he would be allowed to complete his director's cut. Like, that's it. It just didn't say that Sony would have to release it.
He's saying that Baldoni's director's cut tested higher, that she would drop the matter. What matter? What matter are we talking about?
Of him not finishing his director's cut.
Wayfair and Sony found themselves in the unprecedented and uncomfortable predicament of having two competing versions of the film, one made by film's actual director and one made by a person with no contractual creative right to even approach the editing bay, let alone make her own cut.
So hyperbolic.
Obviously, it's obviously completely not true. She's a producer, whether executive producer or whatnot, and they gave her entrance into the fucking editing bay. They're just such losers, bro. Like, they just lie. They just both-faced lie, because that's just what they did. But in light of Lively's threat to withhold promotion of the film, as well as her, and there's another one, like that one goes to Sony. The only fucking entity that she could be threatening that to, or they would have at least heard about it, would be Sony, because they're the ones putting it out. Mm-hmm. So that threat could only land on their desk to be an actual threat. Otherwise, it's superficial nonsense, even if it's true. Like, even if she said something like that, if it didn't get to Sony, it's not a threat. Fools. Studio reluctantly agreed to do an official audience test. So the studio reluctantly, which studio? What studio? Sony? Reluctantly agreed to do an official audience test of both versions again at Wayfair and Sony's expense.
Obviously. Well, who else would fucking pay for it?
When you're fucking going to do a fucking GoFundMe? What do you...
Are they saying that Lively should have paid for it? What?
It's fucking... Baldoni scored significantly higher within key demographics. Well, we've gone over that. His score, again, it's not going to be the only factor in this.
But what I'm saying is they seem to make it seem like that Sony is ever going to take one test audience's test results and have that dictate what movie they're going to put out. Like, no, they have so many reasons. They have so many ways to pick their own fucking business. They're not going to rely on a single fucking test audience and their scores to determine which movie they put in the theaters. It was never even about that. I just wanted to make a point about how everybody's got this wrong. So even the person on Reddit who was posting about this deposition tomorrow, they said, okay, Garofalo explains. So this is from the Wayfarer attorney. The Wayfarer defendants have reason to believe that Mr. Greenstein, who's being deposed tomorrow, may have communicated with Blake Lively during the filming of It Ends With Us concerning her complaints about the production and Wayfarer, including the pace of the filming, the scope of her role in rewriting the script and editing the film, her insistence that her cut of the film rather than the director's be released, even though Miss Lively's did not test as well. And so there's already, the lawyer is contradicting their own claim. I mean, their own lawsuit.
This thing we just read.
Yeah. It's just so weird. Her insistence that her cut of the film rather than the director's be released, even though Miss Lively's did not test well.
And that's also not true. It tested great.
True. Yeah, it did.
How stupid can it? Like, it's just stupid. It didn't test as well.
It's another fucking PR lawyer, bro. It's crazy. Like, you guys are just twisting shit.
Yeah.
And Miss Lively's contemporaneous threats not to complete the film or participate in its marketing unless Sony and the Wayfarer defendants ceded to her demands.
Well, this is going to be, listen, it's going to go two ways, right? I don't think that they're going to get what they want out of this. But if they do, then yeah, her case will blow up. Like, her case will blow up. If Sony sits there and says, yeah, man, she was pressuring her out, she told us, like, you know, she's not going to want to
Her case still doesn't blow up because it's absolutely irrelevant to her case what happened with Justin Baldoni's director's cut. It's completely irrelevant. What is relevant to her case is that she was harassed on set. She complained about that harassment in the only way that she was given the ability to complain. And then he retaliated against her. And there's evidence all over the place of that.
Well, I think it is relevant, and I think it's relevant because it shows her intent. You know, if she's got malice, if she's sitting here trying to sabotage.
Intent to what?
Her intent to take over the film, or her intent to try and like nudge this guy out. To
take over the film. But if she wanted to take over the film, does that mean he didn't harass her? Does that mean she didn't complain?
No.
Does it mean he didn't retaliate?
It means that all of it could be a staged act. That's the point that he's trying to offer doubt, saying her complaints were not valid complaints. They're complaints made by design in order to
but he admits,
compromise the production.
He admits that the things she complained about happened.
It doesn't matter. He's not. That's what I'm saying, dude. He's saying that the complaints, not that they didn't happen, but they were meritless, that they were complaints made. He's acknowledging them. I understand that.
In the first month of filming, that's how much of a long play she's playing?
Yes, that's what he's saying.
So when he called her sexy, she was like, sweet, he's playing right into my plan.
I'm saying that
when Heath looked at her naked, she's like, yeah, I got him too.
I'm saying the complaint for those things. I'm saying what he's saying in his response to these things, he's saying, I said sorry and they weren't a big deal. It was like, I was like, oh God, you look hot. I mean, who fucking cares? I would say that about fucking, it's ridiculous.
Right. And he still was not like, hey, here's the HR protocol that we're going to follow because we're a real business who conducts real legal, who abides by real labor laws.
So it's a different argument about whether or not, if you want to have an argument about like whether or not there's any, veracity to her statement, you can argue that all day long. But he's coming in. Look, all that has to happen for Blake Lively, for this to be a success for Blake Lively, is that they come in and they're like, no, she did not extort us. No, there was no ultimatums. No, we don't work with terrorists.
Yeah, right. We don't negotiate with terrorists.
We don't negotiate with terrorists. Like they don't. I mean, they don't fucking. It's just imaginary. And listen, I will be the first to eat crow if this guy gets deposed and discloses all of these terrible tactics by Blake Lively that were clearly meant to undermine Justin Baldoni's credibility with the studio so that she could, grab the wheel.
All I'm saying is that it wouldn't disprove her case. She wouldn't. Her case wouldn't be.
I don't agree with you. I think it calls into question her motive behind her complaints.
Yeah, but they'd have to prove it.
Well, Angela, I'm saying if the testimony comes in supporting their claims, then they've gotten at least some good foundation around being able. As far as that,
here's the thing, though. It's not a defense.
Circumstantial they have a certain circumstantial problem behind that because you're theorizing her motive behind the complaint, whether or not the veracity of the complaint.
Here's my thing. If she strong-armed Sony, then that is a problem that Sony would have with her. Okay? Because Baldoni didn't lose anything as a result of that. Sony had won creative disputes with Baldoni. Baldoni is not suing Sony for that. He wants to sue Blake Lively, but he's not suing Sony for being the responsible party for how those things ended up becoming, like if Sony was extorted to do bad things against Baldoni by Blake Lively, it's still Sony doing it. So the fact that he didn't sue them just kind of blows this whole case up. And if she did do some strong arming or something, convince Sony to do something that, against Baldoni's best interests, that doesn't explain why he sent his publicists to attack her. He directed his publicists to attack her. They're not allowed to do that without facing, a lawsuit for defamation. So, it's just not a defense.
Their story, right? It's just like their story is, she made these complaints up. They were meritless or baseless complaints. There was no major offenses committed on the set. And she did that because she wanted to undermine credibility so that she could take control of the movie, so that she could become the author. She could become the star of not just the star of the movie, but the filmmaker of note. And so her complaints had a motive. And this is,
Okay, but he had a remedy.
Yeah, but
that was legal.
It's not retaliation. No. It's not retaliation.
It is.
Forget your argument. His argument. I'm talking about his argument.
Yes, I know. It's still it's not a defense against her claims.
Yeah, you're being the judge. I'm not talking about that.
No, what I'm saying is
you're on the bench. Get off the fucking bench.
I'm not. I'm saying I'm trying to figure out which one of her claims against him has been properly defended against. The conspiracy to harass and defame, right? The conspiracy causes of action.
Yeah.
Okay. There's a bunch of these things that are supported by the evidence of those messages between him and his publicists about how they're going to attack her. They're just not allowed to do that without facing a fucking lawsuit.
That, but that's what. Look, the reason why.
Regardless of whether they think she's rightfully fucking hated or something, whether she did something wrong, they're still not allowed to fucking do that.
I guess what I'm saying is that the reason why I think that this is potentially one of the most key witnesses, one of the more key witnesses in this whole thing, is because if that deposition goes down and they don't confirm that they were extorted by Blake Lively, everything that they've put out, this is going to be the most difficult. You know how Donald Trump's struggling with the Epstein files? You know what I mean? How he's struggling with the fact that he's not breaking up gang violence in America by arresting with ICE. He's actually just breaking up farms and grocery stores and, these kinds of fucking things by taking workers, good fucking hardworking tax-paying individuals away from their jobs and their families. Well, in this fucking, sort of crazy situation, well, I don't know. I had a good. Mm-hmm. I got mad at myself for bringing in the analogy, and then
Josh Greenstein tomorrow.
It's a big fucking deal.
Why do you think that we're going to be able to know anything about what happens in the deposition?
Because the same way that we did with Blake's, they'll unseal certain parts of it.
Oh, but if Wayfair's side has been the one that's been unsealing stuff, why do you think we're going to hear anything about that?
The judge decides what gets unsealed, and look, trust me, we're going to see stuff. There's no doubt.
You think Wayfair is going to publish anything that the Sony executive says?
I don't think that they have to. I think it'll be published by the court, and then all the creators will take it for what it is.
But why would the court
they've been publishing things all along, Angela. They've unsealed
deposition testimony.
Yes, they unsealed fucking Blake Lively's portions of Blake Lively's. Yeah. If they're going to unseal portions of Blake Lively's, then why wouldn't they unseal portions?
They unsealed 2 pages of Blake Lively's entire deposition transcript.
I don't care. I'm saying that they're going to.
But it was only because it was relevant to an argument that they were making in some motion.
And it will be more relevant. They'll release stuff that they'll find relevance, put it in motion. This is what they do. Listen, they're going to want it out.
I want it to be true. I want to read the whole thing.
I mean, it's coming. Trust me. There's no way that this deposition is going to go down. If it's good for either side, we're going to hear about it. If you think that Blake Lively isn't going to leak it, she is, and they're going to find a way to do that through some kind of filing. And the same thing will happen on the Baldoni side if it helps Baldoni. trust me when I say that Baldoni's side will try to steal everything that they can, including any kind of motion
that's true.
filings and so on and so forth. But, it's going to end up in Lyman's hands. And,
this is a great discussion about the new jurisdiction arguments that Wayfair is making.
Uh-huh.
Hinata said, in the U.S. legal system, jurisdiction is almost always a question. That's normal. Hollywood is an industry that outsources their work and shoots in several locations.
So is PR.
It likely attracts California law.
Exactly. This is the same reason why I think that Wallace should be held up in. He was a California registered business.
That's right.
He only at 2020 moved over to Texas, but did not change the corporation, his incorporation.
Uh-huh.
And so he is in the same kind of industry, PR industry. They're all over the place. They're doing PR in Europe. They're doing PR all over the place, and you can't ask them to be held jurisdictionally to. They should be held jurisdictionally to wherever the root cause or root act took place.
Also, Shannon O said, I think the lawyers were saying that It Ends With Us LLC can't be included in the suit and that they should have included It Ends With Us LLC in the CRD. Hinata said they're trying to argue Lively had a contract with the movie It Ends With Us LLC and some pleadings she made against Wayfair, so the movie can't be liable. And they're also arguing
that they're trying to pull some
they're trying to get that out.
Some insurance shit.
They also argue, you think?
Sounds like insurance shit to me.
They also argue that where the movie is liable, Wayfair can't be also, but there's a lot of spin. No one can say for sure unless they're reading the contracts, which Baldoni never showed. This is true. I know the judge was like, hey, yeah, so all of your claims are thrown out except for those contract claims, because if you just show me the contract, then we could probably, you can litigate those. And he was like, I'm good, actually. I'm not going to show you the contract, which is central to my fucking claims.
I doubt they're going to get off on a technicality like that. Some kind of weird technicality where it's like, she sued the wrong entity, even though all the parties are the same. I doubt that's going to get her anywhere. Because she's suing Justin Baldoni, so, it's not like she didn't add the individuals.
I love everybody's movie discussion.
Let's hear it.
Fellbaumling said the amazing thing about Saving Private Ryan was that the lethality of the sniper was brought forward so that every scene where a character was even lightly exposed created maximum tension.
For sure.
Amazing.
Yeah, I love that.
That's so smart.
Yeah, I mean, he's
brilliant.
He's one of the smartest filmmakers that we've ever seen. I think I learned a lot from him watching him as well, for sure, especially Jaws.
Hinata said that Darkest Hour 2017. I grew up watching war documentaries with my dad. War movies put an epic coat while the documentaries will give you a realization movies can't. That's interesting. Shannon O said rewatching Kubrick through a conspiracy theorist eyes is wild. Everybody, especially with Eyes Wide Shut. The apparently the cinematographer has been doing interviews that said that the movie that he filmed with Kubrick, they spent like 4 years making, was completely different and exposed a lot more of like the
cabal.
Yeah, the conspiracy. He said that the studios nixed it. And it's probably because it was like 4 hours long or whatever.
I want to see Darkest Hour.
Of course, everybody thinks that there was an agenda, Kindly DiCaprio said, Clockwork Orange is so scary to me. Yeah, me too. I think that was the point. It's just like
it was
depravity.
It was the first home invasion movie that tore me to pieces.
Cosmic Urgency said, Rob Reiner, Misery and Stand By Me. I need to read The Body. I read Later by Stephen King this weekend. It was all right. I haven't even heard of that one. I can't keep up with Stephen King.
No, he has like 65 books. I've read like half of his books, and I feel like I seriously, I've read at least 30 of his books. I mean, not to sit down and actually do the count. I still think that a contract is valid even when it's not signed, says Shannon. I can tell you that it is. Like, here's a good example of how we know that Sony Legal was all over it. So there's a meeting of the minds, or a term called meeting of the minds, that is valid in California law. That means that if two parties have an agreement, even if it's an agreement that is on paper but unsigned, and then the party being contracted engages in the activity set forth in that contract, then they are engaged in a meeting of the minds. They have a contract.
Yep.
So what's interesting about Jamie Heath trying to leverage a signature over the trailer, the Taylor Swift imbued trailer, It was like a ridiculous semantic because she was already engaged, definitively engaged.
I saw a lawyer say that at that point in their business relationship, the signature was immaterial.
Completely immaterial. There was nothing valid there. So either he was a bad businessman and didn't understand the basics, because to me that's really basic.
Yeah.
Like 100%. Like I knew and understood that when I was in my 20s. Like if you engage, then you are engaged, and we have whatever agreement is going to preside.
The reason why he was trying to get that signature, they had already started discussing whether she was going to get promoted to a producer's credit.
Yeah.
And so he didn't want her to have that. He was gatekeeping.
Yeah, but he wasn't going to achieve it. He was
but he
trying
couldn't
to
admit it.
I theorized that he, or hypothesized that he was trying to get that signature so that he could hold her to the ink on the executive producer credit.
That's right.
Because she was vying for the PGA credit. So I think it's a reasonable guess. Even if my guess is correct, his approach is stupid. She was already definitively engaged in the contract. She had already agreed to those terms because she already fulfilled her performance and was fulfilling subsequent to that performance with these other duties, such as trailer cutting and doing alternate cuts to the feature. So it's all stupid. And the contract's enforceable 100%.
Yeah.
He should have known that, or his lawyers should have known that and told him that. I don't understand it. It's like the guy doesn't even talk to his lawyers. Like I got a fucking guy on retainer. I'd be like, beep, beep, beep. Hey, Josh, it's me again. Yep, sorry. One more question. He'd be like, we're going to have to double your retainer. Fuck you and answer the question. I'd be all over it. I'd be like asking every goddamn legal question I could.
A scientist said, it's kind of like a motion to dismiss what Wayfair's trying to do now, which so much for wanting to clear his name in court. Something in the discovery has them shook.
Oh, they're going down.
Shannon O said they never asked it for it to be dismissed. That's why it wasn't thrown out. It's true. I thought it was so stupid, like early on when the Lively and all of the opposing side, like the New York Times and Leslie Sloan, they filed motions to dismiss to get out of Baldoni's lawsuits, and Justin Baldoni's side never filed a motion to dismiss.
I'm ready to fight, man. I'm going to go to war.
I know, it's crazy, and all of the motions to dismiss were granted. Every single fucking one. And I was like, man, you guys got a judge that's like motion to dismiss happy. Like you should have just filed whatever you could,
Dismissed. Well, Lively's case wasn't going to go anywhere because she had an SH complaint that was retaliated against.
Maybe that's why they didn't file one, because they knew that it wouldn't be granted.
Yeah, and then that would look bad.
Shannon O said, Dale, you have to be the reader, narrator for the audiobook.
Yeah, I do. I did a couple of takes the other day.
That's how you market this.
Yeah. Nobody's
going to be able to share any of your book on social media unless it's being read.
Yeah. I gotta just, maybe I'll just focus on that completely right now. I'll just wake up in the mornings, do my thing, eat my oats.
Dale makes amazing oats for breakfast.
They're the best, bro. Cherry oats, let's go. Jeremy Wright was like, the most directors would have peaked at Jaws, not Spielberg.
Not Spielberg, dude.
He still hasn't peaked at anything, has he?
I don't know. We'll see what he does next.
Yeah, the guy's a genius.
Alex has a question about your book.
I'd love to answer it.
Alex said, I only found this channel because of what people were saying on TikTok, but I'm along for the ride.
Thanks.
I guess about Baldoni.
Oh.
Alex said, in the book, you never say what was said when you met Scott again. Is it too personal for us to know?
Yeah, kind of. I mean, it's, yeah. I mean,
you kind of write the scene where you're like, I asked him this and he didn't say anything.
Yeah.
So is that?
It was a lot. You know what it was? And I thought about it because, I mean,
it's not too personal, right?
It's not too personal. It's just that, look, the book was so long that when I dialogued that scene out, the purpose of that scene emotionally, the purpose of that scene was to show the irreconcilable gap that was between him and I. Right? Him and me. Right? I think that's a great way to put it. So I just wanted to show like an irreconcilable gap, and I had a pretty good dialogue going that like really built some structure around that, but it was taking up too much time. I just needed
The
to get,
scene?
Yeah, I just needed to get to the point of that scene because
I thought the pacing was good.
there was some awkwardness between us. There was, like I said, there was just like these small talks, things about Leo talking about, he's like, oh, we're too old now. Can you imagine that? Leo saying, that's what he told Scott. He was 38 at the time. He was like, oh, our lives, it's all over.
Okay.
So he told me like some
Fucking
things that
weirdo.
Leo were saying. He said some stupid shit, like not stupid shit. He said some insightful shit. Like one of the things he said, Scott, was he said that he's because we were talking about like life after RD and I, because like after we left, they got mega rich and like everything changed. I mean,
he was the king of the world.
he
right?
he was a millionaire when I knew him, but he became like Mr. Yacht Hopper, after Titanic. And Scott was just talking about how he said it's mostly horrible hanging out with him and Toby and all of their friends because all they fucking complain about is their fucking assistants.
Oh my God, are you serious?
He's
That
like,
is so fucking
like,
lame.
It's just like nauseating how much
They're like complaining about the help because
So
they're
it's like
rich.
conversations like that. We had like a bunch of
My
those little
fucking
conversations.
God, that sounds miserable. I love that. It's admirable that Scott was annoyed by that, but the rest of them were fucking oblivious to how annoying that is. That's really amazing. The fucking help.
Cosmic Urgency's calling me out on whether or not I like Spielberg's recent movies, and you know what the truth is, I haven't seen them. So no, I don't know anything about it.
I did not like AI. Remember that movie he made with the
There are some movies I don't like
androids
of his.
or whatever,
I didn't like War of the Worlds.
You didn't?
No. Tom Cruise? No, I thought it was garbage. But
Garbage. Strong words.
For Steven Spielberg, it was absolute garbage to me. Compared to what? Compared to like, I mean.
Hinata said that Baldoni's lawyers are going to ask this. Blake Lively benefited from the SH accusations because she got the cut of the movie, and Sony's going to be like, no, she didn't.
That's right. No, that's it. As soon as she blows that all blows up, it's over because they painted her motivation being around, the wresting of control of this movie.
No, for real, they're going to be like, we begged Blake Lively to help us.
Yeah. If anything, it's gonna blow up in their face badly. They're all, as soon as Sony says no, we were never extorted. No, she never said that she wouldn't do any marketing for the film. I think you'll get like these kinds of questions because they're gonna dig deep, right?
Because she's a professional, she would never do any of those things.
But they're gonna get these kinds of questions. They're gonna be like, did Blake Lively, ever mention any objections to any of the marketing ideas that Sony or anyone else came up with? And they're gonna answer probably yes. They're probably gonna say that she did weigh in on it because actors weigh in on marketing. They fucking do. It's their brand. Not just actors, movie stars, right? A-listers.
Yeah.
They're in on it. They don't just fucking let people do whatever.
So I was just being hyperbolic just then by
you
saying
stop?
that Sony was begging Blake Lively to help them. But how do you think that actually went down? What's your prediction about what the Sony executive's going to say?
I think the Sony executive is going to say that Blake Lively was nothing but wonderful to work with, that the movie is successful because of her.
No. My question is, what is the Sony executive gonna say to explain how Blake Lively was given the producing role in the cut per Sony, right? Because Justin Baldoni is asking his editors, why am I excluded from the cut? And the editors is saying per Sony.
I'm super excited about answering this question. Okay. I think Sony's going to say, my understanding is that Blake Lively was allowed in the cut by Justin Baldoni and by Wayfarer. And once we received Justin Baldoni's cut and we were satisfied with it, we went ahead with Blake Lively and probably producer Black. Right? Todd Black on a subsequent tweaking cut to get it ready for theatrical release. So I think what they're going to say is, well, we didn't put her there, they did. And she did a really great job. And and then if they ask about like not allowing, Justin in, they're going to probably explain it. They're going to probably be like, Justin handed in his cut, which he was contractually obligated to do, and he handed it in. And we decided that it needed to, some work needed to continue to sharpen it up. And he was inflexible on these issues.
Inflexible.
So as soon as he became inflexible on these issues,
it's true.
We knew we had to continue.
He's real snotty about it too. Instead of being like, well, like, how can I make you guys happy?
I think you're going to hear, I think there are some points that we can perhaps anticipate in terms of examples of Justin Baldoni being a problem to Sony, including the domestic violence content. Like, I think one of the things that we might hear, just hypothetically, I put this out there because if I asked myself, by asking myself the question, like, why would Sony put out, a movie that maybe did have, why wouldn't they put out a movie that maybe had better reviews, right? Or better audience feedback, test scores? And one of the answers that came back immediately was, well, because maybe because it was emphasizing the DV too much. Maybe there was an emphasis on the violence and that the violence was too unsettling. Or maybe there were just shots that they thought went too far. We already know that Blake Lively had made complaints about some of the things that were added during the production that weren't in the screenplay that she thought were taking things too far. So if he's doing that at the production level shooting, maybe he was doing that also in post. So if he's doing that in post, then maybe Sony was like, change it, no, change it, no, change it, no. And then Blake Lively's like, I could change it, and be like, do it. Or it could simply be that they were working with Blake, they were working with Justin, and it was a pain in the fucking ass. Like every day they were going back, they're going home and like, I swear to fucking God, these guys, they don't know what the fuck they're doing. They don't know how to put out a movie. They're fucking assholes.
No, it's true because Jamie Heath is like answering questions from Sony. It's all through the text messages snarky. Where they're asking, he's really being dismissive, but they're asking him regular like production questions and he cannot answer them. And so they're like, can I get any fucking help from the Wayfarer side?
So they get Black and they get Lively in an editing bay. And all of a sudden, they've got a fucking open channel of communication. There's a collaboration between studio marketing and cutting, which is a necessary element, especially at that level. So maybe what they found was a pathway to success because they were that was quite different than butting heads with Justin Baldoni on every major decision that the studio might have wanted to make. So I just think that we're likely going to hear all these fucking things. They're going to come around, and people are going to be like, "Yo," I think the Baldoni fans are going to get. They're going to get. I don't know how they keep looking at themselves in the mirror and saying, "Oh my God, that judge! Oh my God, Sony's now."
Oh, I know.
Every single person is a conspirator against.
Judge Lyman.
No, again, Judge Lyman's a conspirator. Mm-hmm. Sony's going to be a conspirator.
Yeah.
Any fucking, witness that comes forward with anything corroborating
also
is going to be a supporter of,
Also, a scientist is saying it's like the second time in 2 weeks that Wayfarer has been called out for misrepresenting non-parties regarding depositions.
Yeah, so this is what I'm saying. I mean, again, I think that there's got to be a conversation of a summary judgment going down. I really think it's just impossible that they're not talking about it. Somebody must be talking about it. Like spoliation. We haven't gotten anything of any substance from Sarowitz to this minute.
Oh my God, that's so weird.
And eventually the judge has to sanction.
Yep.
I mean, you can't just allow these people. They agreed to the scope and the parameters of discovery in February, both parties. And by the way that goes is they'll say they want something. Baldoni says, I want this for discovery. And then, Lively says, I want that. And they start ruling on, the scope and until everybody agrees on what is admissible and what isn't. And they agreed. And it was obvious that, Steve Sarowitz's conversations with the parties was going to be relevant.
Yeah. Right.
You can expect that.
Yeah, he's talking about his intent.
It's probably because he says some really, really racist shit.
His intention. He literally threatened their fucking lives.
If he's sitting there talking about fucking threatening people's lives, you just don't know what's going to be in there. I want that juice. Give me that tea. I want to drink that shit all day long.
Jeremy Wright is also in favor of your audiobook. Said, if not Dale, who? We need his inflections.
Yeah, I got to read it. I do. You guys are right. I just got to, I don't know. I got to do it. SC said that, sorry to beat a dead horse, but judgment on the pleading is a new motion and an interesting take. Look it up and maybe discuss tomorrow. Is it judgment on what pleading?
I would like to do that. There's a
judgment on the pleading already?
But judgment on the pleading is a new motion. I think they're requesting a judgment on a pleading.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I definitely want to look at it. I haven't seen it. I still haven't seen it.
No, I know, me neither.
Where the fuck is it? Like Baldoni Files doesn't have it. It's got to be there somewhere.
Kindly DiCaprio wants to know, would Scott Bloom be welcome to come onto the show?
Yeah.
Or maybe a better question is, who is or is not welcome to come onto the show and talk about it?
Everybody's welcome.
Jeremy Wright said, well, certainly not Bijou Phillips.
Well, I don't need her to be here. Yeah, like Bijou Phillips has no place in this story beyond. The only reason she made the book is because Leo whispered in her ear. If all she did was walk up and assault RD, it wouldn't have made it in the book. Mm-hmm. Bijou's like, she was really fucking crazy back then.
Hinata said, oh, Baldoni is definitely pushing for summary judgment. Pushing. It's so amazing because they changed their tune so much. At first they were like, Lively's afraid of depositions. She's afraid of discovery. And then, from the start, it was like, she's afraid of going to trial. Yeah. But now it's them who are trying to prevent. They're trying to get a summary judgment, I guess.
I will absolutely out. I promise you guys I'm going to narrate this book. Sometimes I get a little worried because my dialogue is so fucking there's so much. So it's just like, when you want to and also my dialogue as it's written, the characters are on the page.
I know. And you don't do voices.
And then as soon as I give them my inflections and stuff, it just loses some of that.
I know. It's a little hard to tell who's talking to who.
Because I can play them in my brain so perfectly.
Yes. When I read this book, they have voices that are different.
Completely different.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everyone's their distinct voice. And then
maybe what you got to do is put it in your editing software and then just distort your voice a little.
Kevin Connolly sounds
Kevin Connolly's a little higher.
Sounds like Barry White. All right, guys. I think that's all I got for you. You got anything else, Angela? It was kind of a busy night. I think we had a lot of shit. Sorry to be... Oh, that was SC. Hi, SC, by the way. It's good to see you tonight. Alex is here. It's good to see Alex again. I know you already asked questions and stuff. Whoa.
Yep. That's all I got.
Well, guys, it's been a wonderful night. We are watching Superman right now. I'm going to go put some popcorn on. We're going to watch Superman tonight.
Okay.
And we'll have tiny pineapples for you tomorrow on Superman. I'm not going to give up tiny pineapples. We're not swingers.
You don't have to give up tiny pineapples just because other people also have pineapples.
It's tiny, unless you guys think it's stupid. Is it stupid? Maybe it's stupid. Maybe we should do diamonds. Do you want to do diamonds?
No.
Blood diamonds.
Stop it.
We'll give it 5 blood diamonds. No? You want to do that?
I have to go. My butt is numb.
What about Diamond Foundry, diamond wafers?
Diamond wafers.
5 diamond wafers. What about that? Or 5 seaside resorts. 4 seaside resorts. You guys are wonderful as always. And I know I wasn't as involved with the chat tonight, so I do apologize. I had so much to say.
I know everybody's still chatting too. I have to cut it off at some point, but everybody's still... Hinata said, Angela, I listened to Colleen Hoover's sequel to It Ends With Us. The rubbing Lily's lips is always done by Atlas. Baldoni is so shady.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
In the book?
I know. It Ends With Us, he does touch her lips, runs his thumb across her lips. Yeah. And it's not in a fucking sports bar. If
you did that to me, I'd be like, why'd you just do that? I mean, under certain circumstances, maybe not. But if we were at a fucking sports bar, I'd be like, Angela.
It's a super, super intimate contact. And and I think Colleen Hoover recognizes that because he never does it in public. Shannon O said, I think that they could just not show anything. Amber Heard never gave her metadata. The opposing side is only able to say she never turned over the metadata in civil trials. You can get away with it, I think.
Yeah, I think you're probably right. I think at least to a certain extent. Well, look, they can't hold material stuff back. They might get away with skirting some of the issues, but you're not going to get away with the fundamental evidence. There's no way, and not face a summary judgment.
Junk Farm said Baldoni fans would rather lose summary judgment than talk about it and catch a RICO.
Well, I think there's probably some truth to that.
Junk Farm's always talking about RICO charges. It's so
there's probably some truth to that, or at least some fear of something. But I think mostly it's they can control the narrative of a summary judgment and make Lyman a bad guy. It's a lot harder to do with 12 impartial jurors, so-called impartial jurors. I mean, they'll blame the jurors too. They'll be like, you can't convict Blake Lively because she's a star, which, there's some truth to that too. It's messy. It's all just messy.
It's messy. Okay.
You guys are lovely and delicious. We're going to eat popcorn, watch this movie tomorrow. Tune in and we'll tell you what we thought of Superman. You could also watch it with us and tell us what you thought. If you already watched it, tell us tomorrow what you thought. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Sweet dreams. Good night, Angel.